All right, hello YouTube. Welcome to Geekery Abides, episode 80. So that's let's go ahead and hit the intro and get right on into it.
He who is ashamed of his geekery has forgotten the face of Stan Lee.
You the proud, the geeky.
This is the podcast, Geekery Abides.
Hello and welcome to Geekery Abides, episode 80. Of course, 80 would be Empire Strikes Back, right? Is there anything else that comes close? I mean, The Shining, yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. 1980s movies. Empire Strikes Back, of course, first one that comes up. Raging Bull. I don't know why I always feel like that one's like way earlier than that. That always like feels like a set, like even mid 70s to me for some reason. I don't know why.
Dude, Prom Night. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, yeah, because it starts in the 80s yeah. Because it's wild because it's like 1980 is the first one. There's 6 movies in 8 years, I think, something like that. It's wild.
Wait, Airplane didn't come out until 1980?
Yeah, Airplane's 80.
I thought that was a 70s movie.
No.
The
Yeah.
Fog.
Fog, yeah.
Yeah.
Cheech and Chong. The next movie. Oh yeah, there's The Shining. Yeah, so there's some good movies in 1980 for sure.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, welcome. We are here for main topic is going to be Batman, but let's go ahead and go through our intro stuff first. Of course, on the YouTube side, if you want to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications, we definitely got to say that. Otherwise, YouTube will destroy us all. And I don't mean just like our channel; they will literally destroy us. And we're surrounded by Google at all times. It would just be some random satellite would fall down and crush you. It's like, oh, why did Google satellite fall to the sky? Oh, it was an accident. Sure, it was. Skynet, we see you guys coming. So of course, do all that. And then if, on the email side, if you want to email the show, the emails are peter@geekeryabides.com or tadd @geekeryabides.com. We host the shows every other episode, so the even ones are Peter, the odd ones are me. If you want to email one of us directly about our shows, you can do that. Email either of us respectively. If you want to surprise someone with something, of course, shoot the email to the other person. That is your ways to reach out to us when it comes to email. And then next up is watching, reading, playing, and I'll let you take it since it's your episode, so you can drive it from this point.
Mine is pretty sparse for mostly everything. I'm watching the new season of Scrubs with my wife. I did rewatch The Batman. Reeves Batman. It's The Batman. It's not confusing at all, to be confused with Batman or any of the others. Boondock Saints 1 and 2. It's Irish, it's St. Patty's Day. Everyone's Irish,
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a thing, is that I'm going to rewatch Band of Brothers around Christmas, Boondock Saints in March. I think that's going to be
Okay.
2 of my rewatches every year. And then obviously watched Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Reading, I read Needful Things. That was for our Patreon on our other show. And then Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix full cast just came out.
I got a notification about it. I'm like,
4 days ago?
Yeah, I was like, I'm sure Peter's getting the notifications on that too. But I thought of you.
I did not get a notification on it. I'm a little pissed. I didn't get it, and I didn't realize it until yesterday. So,
oh yeah,
downloaded it, started it today. And then I'm still playing the shit out of Arc Raiders. I'm obsessed with that game. And then if I did play a little bit of NCAA football. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, mine's sparse-ish, I guess. So I finished The Institute. I think I had the finale to watch on that still when we wrapped our last episode. So I
thought you were like only on episode 3 is what you thought.
No, I thought I had finally picked it up, and I mentioned that last time.
Oh,
That I
did you?
picked it right back up, and then I literally just had the finale left to watch.
Oh,
So
okay.
watched that, I believe, the night after our last episode aired. And then I have jumped back into Star Trek: The Next Generation, so I'm getting close to the final bit of the second to last season. So kind of moved my way through that. And then I just randomly was like flipping through the different streaming apps, and every year I think to myself, maybe this will be the year that I actually watch all the Oscar movies before the Oscars, and
No.
it's not this year.
No.
But I did throw on Begonia, one of the Best Picture nominees. So we saw the trailer for it at some point. It's got freaking God, not Jesse Eisenberg, Jesse Plemons. That he was like the freaking psychopath in the end of Breaking Bad, like everyone calls him Meth Damon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, he's in it. He's like the main character, and they basically have this like high level CEO, that he and his crazy cousin think is an alien. So they kidnap her. We saw a trailer. I think they played the trailer like a horror movie or something. Because they're like wearing Jennifer Aniston pictures over their faces, and they kidnap her and shit.
Right.
And yeah, the whole
Emma Stone, yeah.
Yeah, Emma Stone. Yeah. So I watched that one. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I will say though, there were certain plot elements that I predicted with my mutant ability of it. But no, it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, there's a few others. I mean, I do want to see some more of the Best Picture ones, but I believe the Oscars are coming up here very quickly, so it won't be before the Oscars. But I did see that one. I think that puts me around halfway. I think there's like 10 movies. I think I've seen 5 of them now.
Okay.
So, not nearly the best I've ever done, but
And the Oscars are tomorrow, right?
yeah, I think they're this weekend, I believe. So, and then of course Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, and then reading just Needful Things. Read that. Yeah, for our Patreon, like you mentioned, and then playing. Finished up Mario 64.
Okay.
So on the Switch, I still hate Yoshi because the little bastard at the end of that, because you can unlock like going through certain doors and stuff to like progress through the game like at certain levels, but it's like the one of the original versions of like 100%ing it, because you can basically beat the game at like I want 80 or something, like 80 90 stars, something like that, but there's 120 max. And so, of course, I'm just going through and making sure everything's 100%ed and stuff. And when you get it 100%, it unlocks this cannon outside. You can launch yourself up onto the top of the castle, and Yoshi's up there. And as a kid, I was just like, "Oh my god, I gotta use Yoshi now." And he's just like, "Oh, we don't want the story's over. We don't want the game to be over." And he just gives you 100 lives, and he jumps away. Little fucking bastard. I'm like,
little tease.
yeah, I'm like, I hope you'd fall into a hole. But as an adult now, I'm still slightly angry. But I will say that now I think about it though, where I'm like, honestly, the entire mechanics of the game would change with Yoshi.
Yeah.
Right, like the eating and everything else. Like there's even a game that old, like even in 64-bit era, there's just no way to completely change the gameplay mechanics to have you replay it, right?
Right.
Like it's not like Metal Gear Solid when you beat that first game and on PS1, you get like the active camouflage, you're like the Predator, and you can go through and play a game. It's like that's not that big of a change. You just basically turn no visibility for the player, which is a really fun way to play the game, by the way. Imagine Sam Fisher where you're just invisible.
I mean, he basically is. He's Sam Fisher.
No, visible where you could just walk in front of someone, they wouldn't see you. It's pretty cool.
There's some pretty dumb NPCs in that.
Is that somebody whistling for me to come over?
Is that someone whistling for me to come over there?
Oh, so yeah, to hell with Yoshi on that. But yeah, and then I played more Tetris because it's an addicting game.
Yeah.
The play I found is if I wanted to listen to like some audiobook action, Tetris is a good game to play whilst listening to an audiobook. And then I decided to I actually was going to go buy the Giants expansion for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And I went to go buy it, and it said you already own it. I'm like, oh, guess I bought it sometime previous. So I just downloaded, and I'm like, do I want to play the expansion or I just want to replay the entire game?
And you started replaying the entire game.
Played the entire game, which one of the best intros of all time, though, because they literally let you play through that first opening scene of the first movie, which is like, what better way to let people get the handle of the mechanics and stuff, where it's just like,
I know what to do.
You know every step of this and stuff.
For Raiders?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so like the tarantulas and the cave and the darts and then the boulder and stuff. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Except the boulder, you end up getting crushed. Then it turns out you wake up and you were dreaming. He was like in the school dreaming.
Oh,
But I'm like, still though, that's a brilliant way to start it. Yeah. So I did start that. I'm a little ways into it now, and then I'm playing. Also, rest in peace to Tony Todd, the iconic genre actor. He played a role in that game. He plays a giant, like
okay.
Candyman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he just passed away last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's in the game, so he shows up fairly early. I'm like, oh, hey, I know that guy. And then I have been playing MLB The Show because it's March. What more than baseball season to be excited for at this moment right now? So, yeah, that's the watching, reading, playing from my perspective. So what do you got on the horizon? Better Call Saul is the next
Better
episode.
Call Saul is obviously the next episode, so I will be watching that. Daredevil is 10 days away.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to mention that. So yeah, thank you. So I did put up the episodes. I want to say I have them up on the YouTube all the way through maybe August or the end of July. I went and did we have pretty much everything pretty well scheduled out a good chunk of the year now, and I went and put a good chunk of them on YouTube. Nowhere near all of them, but I will give the caveat that Daredevil Born Again is still a kind of a mystery thing, because there's been a lot of back and forth whether it's like actually going to be episode by episode or whether they're going to do a binge dump. Some of the wording in the trailers seem like it's going to be a binge dump, but then there's a teaser they just dropped the other day that said starts on March 28th or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But then at the very end, the last title card says stream it on March. So it's like, I feel like they're just giving me mixed messages.
Contradicting themselves.
Yeah. And then they haven't actually given a full on schedule, because like The Boys comes out later than that. They've already released what their release schedule is. This date is this episode, this date is this episode. So like whatever. The fact they haven't done that yet is really perplexing to me. I've been so I'm going to keep my eye on it on the internet. So as far as like, because ultimately we obviously want to do an episode for that when it's over. But so like, yeah, ultimately it could be if they drop all the episodes, then it might be somewhere in April, I guess. Because that would be like March 28th. So we'd be looking at it somewhere in one of the April episodes potentially. But if it ends up being week to week, then we got to figure out when the fuck it's actually going to end. And then we'll figure out whatever. And so saying all that to say that, we will potentially be reshuffling a little bit, not a lot, a little bit though. So, And then I also did want to call out, because I think I already told you about this, but my topic for currently at the end of April.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 movies that need a sequel and then 5 that didn't.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a fun episode.
That's going to be fun.
So, I've already been thinking about that, where I'm just looking through my collection, just going, God damn it.
Yeah, because you only give us 5 for each one. So
yeah,
it's even harder than the top 10.
I mean, yeah, in a way, yeah, because it's essentially a top 5 for both both ways there. So so let's I'm really excited for Daredevil Born Again though. I'm really starting to get Jonesy for it, man.
I'm so excited for it.
Honestly, I was talking to somebody at work about it the other day. I'm like, honestly, if I had more time between now and then, I'd probably rewatch at least the first season, but I just don't.
You did say that. You said that to me about a month ago.
Yeah, there's just so much.
You're like, because what you said is like, if I'm going to do a rewatch, I need to start right now. And I'm like, are you going to? And you said probably not.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's true. But yeah, let's go ahead and go on over to the main topic then.
Yeah, so Tad said we were talking about Batman. We're actually talking about a very specific Batman that Tad didn't know if he had seen, which I shamed him heavily for, which is probably either widely considered or is considered the best Batman animated film, which is Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah.
So you watched it.
Indeed.
Have you seen it before?
There's a couple things that seem vaguely familiar, but it could have just been stuff that they had similar, like the cop spitting when he drives by, latched to the back of the truck. That seemed vaguely familiar. There's some small things like that, but not. There's too much of the plot that did. So either I've completely forgotten most of it. There's only a couple images that stuck with me, or it's happenstance I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
so.
I mean it's very easy to think that you've seen it because it is Batman the Animated Series. It
in
literally
fact, on my disc when I went to click play, it said, do you want to play the theatrical or the TV thing. So it's like that was the thing that was also part of me because I grew up watching the animated series. So it's like, if at any point on syndication on, Monday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon, whatever day after school, if I would have over the course of a week seen 2 or 3 episodes that made up the movie, then maybe I've seen them. But yeah,
it's only an hour and 16 minutes long, which is roughly
3 episodes.
3 episodes.
Yeah. So, so I would say, I mean, again, maybe because again, there's a few things that were just like, oh, that is very familiar. Like, and I even know like what's going to happen. He's going to spit, and it's like whatever. But again, who knows if that's not even something that has been reused at some point throughout the series. So, no, I don't. I think either if I have seen it, I've completely forgotten it.
Yeah.
So
okay, that was good. So for obviously, first question, first impressions. What did you think?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good story. Kind of got I don't remember if the animated series ever covers the origins in that sense of like the first missions and stuff like that. Like, kind of like, was it the Christian Bale movie where he goes and does like the first thing and he's just kind of dressed up shittily, he doesn't have like the costume and stuff yet.
Yeah, he kind of develops. He kind of develops.
Or am I thinking Daredevil, Born Again? Or am I thinking Daredevil, the Netflix show,
I
where
don't
he's just
think
wearing like normal shit and he gets the absolute shit kicked out of him. Like he gets banged up, like he wins, but he gets banged up. And I'm thinking like on a dock, and that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's Daredevil.
No,
but
that's it. That's Batman Begins, but he is in full costume.
So I'm thinking
he does not get the shit.
So I'm thinking Daredevil then,
yeah,
because that's on the docks, and he
both of them actually are on the docks. So
yeah,
I'm starting to see a trend here.
Yeah, well, Daredevil is the precursor to Batman when it comes to like the modern day Batman, because good old Miller cut his teeth in Daredevil before turned it from a D-list comic book to a top tier thing.
Yeah,
and then DC's like, ring, hello. Hey, you want a job?
So we've already alluded to it, but I'm just going to read this from the Internet Movie Database trivia on this because it summarizes it perfectly. This comes out in 1993. This is during the run of Batman the Animated Series. Late in production, Warner Brothers decided to make the movie a theatrical release with major cooperation and granted the filmmakers a large amount of creative control. While the animators were thrilled and extremely grateful for this decision, this left them with less than a year of production time and scrambling to convert the aspect ratio to widescreen. So,
oh, I didn't even notice it being widescreen. I didn't even think about that
because they had to because they were releasing it in theaters. So,
yeah.
I just wanted to bring that up. That was really kind of the only interesting trivia that I got from online, using Internet Movie Database. I did want to bring up, did you ever hear the story about Batman the Animated Series? The decision on how they animated it? I saw this in a documentary.
Something. I've heard something about like what, where it's all on black or something.
It's on black paper that they animate on instead of white paper. So it's hand drawn. Back in the 90s, everything was hand drawn before computers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They used black to give Gotham the more gothic dark feeling. So I did notice that like right off the bat. I was like, hey, there's that black dark background of everything. So
yeah,
I do appreciate that this is the people who made the animated series basically just were granted able to make a movie during the run.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, I also pulled my box set down from the top shelf and used the disc. I think I have a digital copy of it. I'm sure it's on HBO or something. But I was like, if I've got a collection, why not use it every once in a while?
Use it. Yeah.
So
that's the animated film collection, right?
No, the animated series.
It's just included with the animated series.
That and the Mr. Freeze one are included in the box set.
Okay.
So yeah, Mr. Freeze, whatever.
It's Batman's Sub-Zero.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it's called. Yeah. You brought it up already. The scene where he's hanging on the back of the truck and the cop spits. Did you notice who that is? The cop who spits?
No.
That's Harvey Bullock. He's a detective in the animated series. He's always wearing the trench coat, has the hat. He's always like
the bad one?
Yeah, he's not
there's
bad.
like the slimy one that's
he's
like
slimy, yes.
Like like Porkins in the 89.
Yes. That's that's who he was based off of in the 89 movie is he's based off of Harvey Bullock. There's the scene where
he's bad.
Where the councilman is ranting and raving on the steps and Gordon's behind him, and then there's another detective standing behind Gordon. That's Bullock. So it was really kind of a cool callback to see him as a patrolman
Yeah.
in Batman's
Oh,
first
yeah.
mission,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Also, I noticed a voice, and I was like, God, that's familiar. Then when I got to the credits, it's Abe Vigoda, which is Tessio from Godfather 1. So,
And they had him as a mobster, of course.
was he a mobster? I actually don't even know.
I'm pretty sure he
I don't
was.
remember where he actually ended up because there was just somewhere where I'm like, God, that voice is so fucking familiar. And then when the credits are rolling, I'm like, oh, Abe Vigoda, that's freaking Tessio from Godfather. So, yeah,
Abe Vigoda. I'm looking for his name.
Vigoda.
I'm just looking for him real fast to see who he played.
Let's see.
Might be better to look him up first.
Yeah. I wonder if does he not show up high up, I guess.
No,
I
unfortunately.
was actually kind of interesting to me that Mark Hamill was pretty late in the credits too. I think it's probably because they were giving him like kind of like not top billing, but when they
he was Salvatore. He was the old man on Oxygen.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah. So like with Mark Hamill though.
So a mobster.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But yeah, Abe Vigoda's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like the famous thing with him back in like the whatever is there was like an early era website because back in like somewhere in the 90s, like Life magazine posted a memorial for Abe Vigoda, but he wasn't dead. So then, like,
oh yeah,
it just became like it's one of the earliest like internet memes because there was like an old school website like is Abe Vigoda alive or is Abe Vigoda dead?
Yeah,
and it just said no until the day he died, and that was like I think the hits on that website spiked because then it just turned to yes.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And he was like super funny about it and stuff. I think he actually went on Conan back in the day, like the original Conan show.
Yeah.
And did a bunch of skits on it and stuff. So, definitely noticed his voice. I mean, of course, you just assume Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill.
I mean, there's no better pair for Batman and Joker.
Oh my God, Stacy
two.
Keach played the voice of freaking Phantasm.
Yeah.
Did not notice that.
And Carl Beaumont, the dad.
That's the guy from American History X, of course, is what you'd know him from.
Yes.
So didn't recognize his voice. I think the Phantasm voice is quite modulated and stuff. So yeah.
Very, very cool story. Does not hesitate to dive right into it because initially, obviously, was going to be TV episodes. So right off the bat, we get right into the action and
which is why it's an hour and 16 minutes, right?
Like it doesn't have all the filler stuff.
It doesn't stretch to 90 or 90 minutes because it's just like, oh, well, let's just get to it.
It's a kids cartoon.
Get on with it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the Phantasm as like a character?
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, I think it was definitely an interesting thing. Kind of turning the town on Batman. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, after he's been established and trusted and everything like that, all of a sudden we have this like crusade against him.
Yeah.
I did notice. It's been a little bit since I've rewatched this. I did notice a very heavy influence from Batman Year One on this. So there is I don't think you've ever watched Batman Year One, the animated film for that. Love that one. It's one of my favorites. He goes out in the outfit and tries to fight crime. He ends up getting arrested.
Oh yeah.
On like it'd probably be like Sinners Row is basically what it is. It's like there's hookers and casinos and illegal, card games going on. And the cops are all bribed off. So he goes down there and tries to interject himself and try to do some justice. And ends up getting arrested by some dirty cops. They shoot him in the shoulder and everything.
Yeah.
And then he has to like escape from the back of a squad car. And then when he gets home, that's when it's if this is really what I'm supposed to do, give me a sign. Otherwise I'm going to, and I'll ring the bell and Alfred will come and save my life. Otherwise I'll just, fuck it, I'll just die. And then a bat flies through the window. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll use the bat to make it so that they fear me. Because that was a big thing, is like, that's how he becomes Batman, is that it's not his fear of bats transition onto criminals. It's he's looking for something that'll scare them. And he's like, oh, okay. And I loved in this one how you see that no one's afraid of him.
Yeah.
Get down on the ground, arms spread, and they're like, you motherfucker. Just like pull the guns and they're just not scared of him at all.
Yeah.
But then you get the scene later where he dons the outfit for the first time. And he puts out his hand, and he puts the cowl on, and he turns around, and Alfred is like, special forces, seeing some heinous shit, is still just like, and like takes a step back. So well done in this one to see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do got a little bit of a note here right at the beginning. Jumping one car from one building to another years before Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, indeed. Also,
should have worn his seatbelt though.
Andrea Beaumont is the final girl for Tombstone. The one that Wyatt ends up with.
Oh, is it? That's like her full name?
Dana Delaney.
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 The actress, okay.
The voice actor is the one that ends up with Wyatt, not the first wife.
Okay.
I clicked just to see because I'm like, are any of the other people familiar? And the second I pulled her up, I'm like, oh god, she's really familiar. And I scrolled down, Tombstone, Josephine Marcus. So
yeah, that's the actress. Yeah.
So
I didn't catch that. But
I didn't recognize it while watching. I was just kind of clicking on some random people here to see, kind of, because it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's this kind of the era when voice acting is being taken over by actors and not just voice actors. I don't remember what year Aladdin came out, but that was one that really blew the doors off of it when it was like,
I think it was 93. If I remember right.
Was it Lion King's 94.
No, 92. 92.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean maybe this is even a response, like it's somewhat of a response to that, where you've actually got some like full on, like not just voice actors, right? Also, good old Commissioner Gordon wasn't in this much.
No, he refused to take part in the hunt for Batman, so kind of got sidelined, which is interesting because, again, it's an aspect of Batman Year One, which is heavily influenced here, is that Gordon is an up-and-comer during Year One.
Yeah.
And there's a SWAT guy who's basically just bloodthirsty. He just goes out and just shoot first, ask questions later kind of guy.
Yeah.
That he has to contend with. And there's the whole scene where he's like on the construction site. Dude, that's almost straight out of Batman Year One. There's a part where the SWAT corners him in an abandoned tenement, and they literally bomb it. They literally drop a bomb to collapse the whole thing. Batman barely makes it out, but they find out that they killed like 6 bums.
Oh.
Like 6 homeless people. They're just like, whoops. It's like,
yeah.
Wait, what? Like, what do you mean, whoops?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty intense scene, and some of this stuff did seem familiar, be it from like just Batman Begins or whether it was Daredevil, because again, there's a lot of crossover with the two, in the sense of like storytelling elements. But yeah, there's a few things that seem pretty familiar, and again, we just watched Batman Begins not even that long ago, right?
A few months ago, yeah.
Yeah, so there's some
lot of Batman. I like it. I like it a lot.
We need to balance this out with some Superman here.
No, I mean that's your choice, sir. I mean, I'm not gonna put it on the schedule. That's up to you.
We do have Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
In July.
It's true.
So July 4th.
See if I can squeak in another.
What an American way to celebrate.
I'll see if I can squeak in some more Batman throughout the year, so we have it definitely balanced correctly. Because Batman is far superior, obviously.
Oh, of course not. You're a fool to think such things.
Speaking of Batman,
I mean, we have Clayface later in the year.
That is
too.
true. That is Batman.
So
Rogues Gallery there. I did notice one thing. I love Kevin Conroy as Batman. One of the things I love about him the most is he's very, very good at having 2 distinct voices between Batman and Bruce Wayne, but it's not just, lowering his voice and doing this.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people do when they play Batman, is they just lower their voice.
Yeah.
When you listen to Kevin, you have 2 very distinct voices, and I love it so much more than just lowering your voice and making it gravelly, because I think it's very easy to fool people that it's not Bruce. Bruce is this high and happy, chipper guy, kind of thing. So there was a scene where he meets Andrea in the cemetery.
Yeah.
And as they're walking out, Andrea asks Bruce if he is keeping his vow to his parents. He says it's a secret. And he answers, so far. But he does it in the Batman voice. Like, if you go back and watch that scene, he's talking to her, and he's Batman. And then he's like, yeah, it's a secret vow. She's like, oh, a man of mystery. Well, have you kept your vow? And he's like, so far. It's just like, he instantly like does that slip into the Batman voice, and it's just so good. It's a testament to how good Kevin Conroy is playing Batman, and voicing him and everything. So I just wanted to give Kevin some flowers there. He is my all-time favorite Batman. Large part of it is because he does play him in the Arkham games, so 90% of that is he is Batman. So
yeah.
My wife had a note, because she watched it with me, that she wanted to throw in here, and I wanted to get your take on this. I think she's 100% right. Batman probably developed his gadgets to fit situation that he had already run into. So when you look at it, the first time where he's wearing the mask and stuff like that, he's using a lot of gadgets there. Like he has the like almost ninja stars.
Yeah.
The precursor to the Batarang, right?
Yeah.
So if you notice in that scene, he throws 2 of the ninja stars to take out people's guns. In the very first scene where he comes through the window and they have like the counterfeit money, he has a Batarang and he takes out 2 people with 1 Batarang.
Yeah.
So it's like he developed it to be able to take out multiple assailants with weapons. And I think that's fascinating to think about Batman like developing gadgets.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see like, oh, this is the first time he's dealt with this situation because he doesn't just have a gadget for it. So when everyone makes fun of Batman, it's like, oh, he has a gadget for everything. It's like, well, yeah, because he's dealt with this before.
What about the anti-shark spray?
I mean, he probably had dealt with a shark before, and that's why he asked for it. That's why it's in the helicopter, right? Because they use the helicopter when they go out to sea. So
Or the fly swatter, the bat fly swatter.
Fly swatter. If one of those touches us, Robin, we're dead.
I will say, I unashamedly love the Adam West Batman stuff.
Yeah.
Dude. I grew up on it.
Yeah.
We had VHSs of it as a kid, so it's like, honestly, that was probably my first like exposure to Batman was like those VHSs, and then like the animated series came later, and of course like the Michael Keaton movie, because
Yeah.
I didn't see that in theater, so I wouldn't have seen that till 1991 whenever it came out on VHS, because
Right.
you know, in the DVD era, we gotten used to everything coming out like, you know,
Super quick. It
you know,
wasn't
within
way.
a year, but it's like sometimes that's through 2 to 3 years away that it came out to buy on VHS. Now renting that, because that was the other thing, is there's almost like a secondary. There was like theaters, dollar theaters, and then rental, and it was rental only, and then only then did it actually go to where you could purchase it. Which is why in the old days, if you ever like in the old days, if you like lost like a rental, it was like $80 to $100, because it's like those are not just a VHS you were buying from a store. Those are like or what do you call it? Like it's like a theater.
It's property. Yeah.
Yeah, like theaters. Not the distributor is stuck in my head, but like when you're showing something, like like a theater that's like projecting the movie and selling tickets.
Right.
Like they basically pay the same. They were paying the same way a theater would have to have like the reels to put up in their theater. Yeah. So yeah, it would have been.
That's why they were priced a little bit more. I just looked up to see when it was released on VHS. Movies priced to own at $25 is how much it costs on VHS.
Yeah,
that's even more than what Blu-rays cost nowadays. They cost like $20 when they come out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. So, yeah, it would have been a while before I got to the Keaton movie, and I did see I want to say maybe I saw Batman Returns in theaters.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, that one seems way more familiar in terms of like I probably saw that one in theaters. So, yeah, the Adam West stuff, I know everyone loves to like rag on it and shit, but dude, I grew up on that shit. I also remember I had the Batman movie on VHS, like with Egghead and stuff with Vincent Price. So, yeah. So, yeah, I grew up on the Adam West stuff in that limited regard that you could in the 90s. I mean, nowadays, if a kid were to quote unquote grow up on the Adam West Batmans, they'd have the whole series to binge through if they wanted, but I just had a couple tapes. So
yeah.
I
had to ask you, what did you think about the fact that we got to see Joker before he becomes the Joker in this one?
Yeah, it was a good reveal too.
Yeah, draws the smiley face on it, the laughing face on him.
Yeah, reminded me of the Crow.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you're going to end up working a crosswalk.
Yeah.
Because he's sitting there drawing the shit on Eric Draven because he's connecting the dots as well. So
exactly.
I feel like some of that stuff, though, is like, I don't know, this may have been some of the first appearances and stuff like that, but I feel like that's so baked into like the what Joker is now.
Yeah.
I feel like just that he was a mobster beforehand is almost just like passe. Like that's not that big of a revelation to me.
It's actually interesting because it actually got turned in the 2000s to where they introduced a new story where he was just a Joe, married, had a kid on the way.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
It's I think it's The Killing Joke is the comic that changed it.
Yeah.
And that he goes to do he's in talks to do a job with mobsters, and they want him to wear the Red Hood, which is supposed to be like an arch nemesis of Batman, But what the mob is doing is they're just putting different people under the Red Hood, so there's no way for Batman to track him down.
Yeah.
And they're pulling people just randomly too. They're not using their guy, so that's why they're trying to recruit the guy that becomes the Joker.
Yeah.
And then during that, right before that happens, there's a fire, and his wife just dies in a fire.
Yeah.
And then they still make him go through with the trying to steal whatever they're trying to steal, and it's at Ace Chemicals, and then that's when he falls into the vat and becomes the Joker.
Yeah.
All it takes is one bad day. That's where that kind of tagline comes from, is that. So kind of interesting to see the precursor to that, where he's just a mobster that ends up becoming the Joker because he falls in the vat of chemicals, versus being just a random Joe Blow who's kind of manipulated by the mob.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, yeah, 100%. So yeah, and then it took a bit to reveal him too, because I wasn't even sure if we'd get him in this or not as we were going. So I'm just I kind of see where this story's going. I'm like, I don't know if the Joker would necessarily fit in or not.
Yeah.
So
I think it's actually really smart, because you want to build up the Phantasm. If you introduce one of the rogues galleries before that, you're going to take away from the Phantasm, from him.
Yeah.
Her. Basically, because you're introducing someone, and we have to remember this comes out, like I said, right in the middle of the animated series. So you have this slew of rogues galleries throughout this. You got Riddler, you got Penguin, you got Two-Face, you got Clayface, you got Joker, Harley Quinn's
they do
introduced
Hush in the animated series at all?
I'm trying to remember if they did. I
because
know
he didn't seem familiar. I feel like I've learned about him more in my later life, in the last 5 years or more.
I know that they did an animated movie called Batman,
but
Hush,
that doesn't count though. I'm talking animated series. What would have been in the era of this? Because obviously DC animated has become a whole fucking brand in and of itself.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't count that. I'm just saying in the animated series, did they?
Hush wasn't even invented until January of 2003.
Okay, so that makes sense then.
In the comics.
Okay, that makes sense then. Because I was about to say, I feel of course, it was just watching it in syndications. So there's no way to know for sure you've seen everything.
Yeah.
But I kind of have a sense I've seen everything when it came to the animated series, because I did watch it pretty religiously for a couple of years, and they always played an episode or two after school and stuff. So it's it's Hush didn't seem familiar to me, so that makes sense that he's kind of on the newer side.
Yeah.
It's kind of
this century, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the son the children of Thanos, where it's the people that made that up in the comics. They're like, man, you're kind of stuck at this job. You need to start making villains that would actually make sense in the MCU, because the Avengers had come out by that point, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's and fast forward a few years, and the children of Thanos are now in a Marvel movie, and it's see, but they were kind of getting good humoredly bullied, where it's man, you're making up some weird shit. That's never going to work in a movie. So it's that kind of thing where, you got new stuff that, whatever. Right. So, yeah. So it was cool. Again, Mark Hamill is just a fucking, God. He's such a peach. He's great.
and then to see how he treats this mob boss, pushing him, shoving him, knocking him to the ground, shooting a gun around him, the absolute just lack of fucking respect for this guy.
Yeah.
That right there just shows that's what Joker is,
Yeah.
And everything.
I also love that he's the one that got the drop on Phantasm too.
Oh yeah.
To start. So he's the first one to get a footage, to see that it's not Batman.
Yeah.
So
because everyone's thinking that it's Batman that's just offing these mobsters.
Yeah.
They're he hasn't killed for 5 years. Well, he started now. It's does the last 5 years not count for anything? Well, no. But it kind of shows that the councilman who's going after him is fucking corrupt. So go figure.
Yeah. Yeah. I do love the animated series, where it's just 1930s ish. In some ways it's modern, in other ways it's you've got blimps, you've got fucking these cars that just look like
the helicopters look like they're the Korean War helicopters that are delivering patients to MASH, barely.
Yeah.
Barely held together with duct tape and dream.
Yeah.
But I made a comment about that to my wife, because the scene I mentioned earlier where the councilman's raging about Batman on the steps, it shows it on the TV and it's black and white.
Yeah.
And then he turns the TV off and makes a call to Andrea Beaumont on an airplane.
Yeah.
So technology that doesn't exist now, he's able to call an airplane, but we can't do that. We don't have that technology unless we're using a satellite phone.
Yeah.
But he's just on a landline. She's on a landline. And it's just like, yeah, let's talk. It's like, so they have black and white TV, but they have the ability to communicate with an airplane over the phone.
And they have blimps.
But then it's blimps.
And then like supercomputers in the Batcave.
Yep.
And we see the Batcave get discovered as well. Like, yeah, there's a lot of like, this really feels like a huge, like almost like Origins in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So, which I don't remember if what Origins they ever dive into in the animated series. It doesn't start with an origin story, does it?
For Batman? No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I think at some point they allude to it later on down the road, but it's not like the first episode is just like a first fucking episode where it's just like,
I think this is it.
So do we never see the parents die then in the animated series? Of course, animated movies are a different thing, but the animated series never. I mean, I guess if it's a children's cartoon, maybe that's a little heavy.
I think there's like flashbacks, and everything like that.
Yeah,
but it doesn't. I don't think it actually goes like truly into it. Like actually shows it.
Yeah.
Let me just Google this. Do they show Thomas and Martha Wayne?
Martha. Why'd you say that name?
Why did you say that name?
Oh, what a
flashback. Yeah, they do show it.
Yeah.
Perchance to Dream.
Does it say what season? I wonder if it's later on.
I'm gonna look it up.
I wonder if it's later on because yeah, I remember at one point when I think when the box
season 1 episode 26. So later in
end of the first season.
Yeah. Well, this show's weird. It has 4 seasons, but the episode counts are off the chart for this one.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it, like 12?
No.
Compared to modern day where it's like, so we're lucky to get fucking 5 episodes anymore, it seems like.
Episode guide. Season 1 has, according to this, it has, still scrolling, 60 episodes.
Yeah.
So, not the end of, the first third of it. Season 2 has only 16 episodes.
Yeah.
Season 3 has 10 episodes. And season 4 has 5.
5 episodes?
5 episodes. It is weird. I noticed this the very first time I bought it on digital and went to go watch it. It's like season 1. I'm like, God, I'm still in season 1?
Yeah.
Like, on episode 40. I'm like, what the hell? And then I finished season 4 and I'm like, wait, that's it? Like, what the hell? So
yeah, no, that's so that's interesting. Because again, there was a lot of like, you see him kind of see the car that would be the Batmobile. Like, yeah, there's just a lot of there's a lot of origin stuff here, and again, it just a lot of stuff seemed familiar. I mean, of course, you don't get the parents dying, but outside of that, I feel like we're getting a lot of origin stuff here.
You see him like training and one of his first times out. It may not be his very first time.
Yeah.
But one of his first times, he doesn't even have the cowl and the cape and everything like that.
Yeah. Also, I got to give some credit to old Alfred for being sassy as ever.
Dude, sassy as fuck. This came out Christmas Day, 1993. So I'm just looking at the air dates for this. What did I say, 92?
93.
93?
Yeah.
So this would have come out right after season 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Nope. Wait, what? Oh, it's jumped to 93. I'm very confused. Yeah. So it stopped airing in September of 93 and then picked back up in May of 94 for 5 episodes. So it's just like, all right.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I don't know why, but it is like the weirdest TV show schedule and everything like that. So,
yeah.
I did want to call out the biggest thing I think that makes this such a really good Batman story is I feel like when there's an emotional story and it's not just about the villain, that's when Batman stories are better. Is when there's that emotional connection to something, to someone. And I drew a lot of similarities between this and then there's the Batman Under the Red Hood. It's the one where Jason dies, where Joker kills Jason Todd.
Yeah.
All of a sudden someone
Hayden
from
approves.
Hayden
approves.
Crowbars. all of a sudden someone's coming from his past and offing gangsters.
Yeah.
And the mob actually does go to Joker in that story as well, and is like, hey, we need you to take out this guy who's taking out our guys. And what does Joker do? He throws them all in the back of a semi, dumps like gasoline on them, and threatens to set them on fire if the Red Hood doesn't show up. Who, of course, does, and then he burns them alive anyway because he's the Joker.
Yeah.
So very, very sound familiar. You know, like that's literally the guy you were talking about, the mobster from Godfather.
Yeah, Abe
Goes,
Vigoda.
yeah, his character goes to the Joker. Joker kills him to lure in the Phantasm. Like is waiting for him, like you said, with the camera and everything like that. I was like,
Yeah.
this sounds familiar. Like I've seen this before. Hold
Yeah.
on a second.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, no, it's cool. And so I'm assuming at some point you want to talk about what this might be.
What do you
Because
mean?
the rumors are this is the Batman 2.
Oh, the yeah. So that's what a lot of people are thinking, is that this is what.
It's got Scarlett Johansson cast, and
Mhm.
also we just I did just see it as I was kind of looking over the news. I didn't grab it, but apparently Daniel Craig was offered the role of Harvey Dent's dad,
Oh, interesting.
and he turned it down though. So it sounds like Harvey Dent's dad might be a role in the movie if the rumors are true.
Harvey Dent's dad. I don't know if I've ever seen anything with Two-Face's dad before.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, so
Oh, are they gonna make Two-Face Hush?
I
So do you know the character Hush at all?
serial killer, right?
He's a serial killer, but he has a very particular backstory. He actually knows Bruce. The Elliott family is a rich family. Both of his parents are surgeons, so they make a fuck,
Yeah.
make a fuck ton
And
of money.
he makes himself look like Bruce
He
Wayne.
makes
and
himself
stuff.
to look
Yeah.
like Bruce Wayne. But in some stories, he murders his parents so that he can get his inheritance faster. So he's evil while Bruce is good, and they both end up as orphans at some point.
Okay.
And that's why he like harbors a grudge against Bruce and his family, is because Thomas Wayne saves one of the parents. So he cuts the brake line and they have a car accident. One of them dies. I think it's the mom, but he saves the dad. And so then I guess the dad kind of suspects him. So he sends Hush off to like boarding school and treats him like shit and stuff like that. So he comes back, eventually kills his dad, and then he's like, I got to get back at the Waynes. Well, Thomas is out of reach. He's already dead.
Yeah.
So he decides to take it out on Bruce, which is why he does the whole serial killer, cut people's faces off so that he can look like Bruce Wayne thing.
Yeah, that's in one of the games, isn't it? Like the
It's
faces
in
and stuff.
it's in two of the games. It's in Arkham City and Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
So
Reminds
Arkham,
me of the Red Dead serial killer too.
yeah,
Red Dead 2.
yeah. You got a serial killer just mutilating people in that one.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that's what they're doing with Harvey Dent. They're going to turn Two-Face on his head so that he ends up being Hush and Two-Face, like a combo villain. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure because I think that we know they've already been pretty much saying that Harvey Dent's going to be in it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did they tell us who? Let's see. Maybe not. But I
Okay.
feel like there's been some rumors about that. Or wait, never mind. I'm looking at the Batman 1. Why the fuck did it pull that up? It's like Zoe Kravitz. No, she's not in that one. She's not in number 2.
No.
There we go. Batman Part 2. Let's see what we got here. Scarlett Johansson, Barry Keoghan as the Joker, Colin Farrell, Robert Pattinson, Sebastian Stan as Harvey Dent. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
So we got 2 traitors, 3 if you count Andy Serkis. Traitors jumping from Marvel to the DC side.
Scarlett Johansson, Sebastian Stan,
And Barry Keoghan, actually. was in Eternals.
Eternals, yeah.
So, goddamn, we got pretty much the whole fucking crew of Marvel people over here. So, yeah, and then, like I said, the rumors in the last week or so was that Daniel Craig was offered the role of Dent's dad.
Dent's dad.
So,
I really don't know if I've ever seen Harvey Dent's dad in anything.
yeah. So do you think with Harvey Dent being involved that changes this? Because I was kind of thinking about that as I was watching this, as I was like, okay, obviously Scarlett Johansson makes a lot of sense as is it Andrea Beaumont.
Yeah, Andrea Beaumont.
The fact that the Barry Keoghan is allegedly supposed to be back as the Joker kind of makes sense. But then again, of course, you got Penguin in it, Two-Face or Harvey Dent in it, not Two-Face. So that kind of makes sense. And then Alfred and Gordon, it's like those make sense. But it's like Dent would be and I guess Penguin, but it's like would there be a potential that Reeves is just spreading it out to where it's like we're not just going to keep it as tight, right? And ultimately, if it's the mob, that's why Penguin's going to be involved. We put too much behind Penguin and the Mafia in fact, he might be the primary mob figures.
Now, after the show, he very well could be.
So, and it does sound like it's following up after the show pretty close. So,
yeah.
So what do you think then? Yay, nay?
Yay, nay in terms of liking it, or yay,
in terms
nay?
of Phantasm being potentially Batman 2? Is it
know.
also a villain that's never been seen before?
Mhm.
Is what Reeves said. So we got that.
Seen before or seen in live action? That's the question.
He just said seen before or seen in movies before is what he said.
Yeah.
And again, you may point to the fact this is a movie, but most people probably don't think it that way. So animated is always looked down upon, whether it's deserved or not, right?
Hush is obviously one. Hugo Strange has never been, which is one of my. Those are my two predictions for Batman 2 after hearing some of the stuff.
Yeah.
But Mask of the Phantasm, I think that's actually how this came up in conversation. Is that
we were debating
it when we heard about the news that it's someone who's never been in live action, and some of the rumors are going around about what is the plot a little bit.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, it's giving me Mask of the Phantasm vibes. You're like, I don't think I've ever seen that. And I was like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And that's what led to this episode today.
Yeah.
But having watched it, I don't think it fits as well as we thought.
Yeah.
Because one, I could see Scarlett Johansson playing Andrea Beaumont.
Oh, I'm sorry. The
100%.
other thing, the other clue was this was going to be very heavy on Bruce Wayne. Because Bruce was basically not featured in the first film at all. Like he was hardly in it.
Right.
So this was going to be kind of the counterbalance now, where this is going to be heavily on the Bruce side.
I wonder.
So like Hush probably makes a little bit more sense than than this one, because Bruce Wayne doesn't have that big of a role in this, and I don't know. I think a lot of the origin stuff, like we're not dicking with that. I don't think
you need that. But I think that you could definitely get the Andrea Beaumont character. I don't know if we get Phantasm. I don't know if we get that. But we might get the love interest that
to start it here
that exists. I don't. Well, I wonder if we get a love interest that existed. What if it starts with her returning to Gotham? And what if it's more of she's teaming up with Hush or Strange or someone, but she's not actually Phantasm? Or that would be the twist, is that, the entire time you're seeing Phantasm and you're going, well, we know who it is. It's Andrea Beaumont. And then you find out later that it's not. It's someone else. And that's the big twist and reveal kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you could just have the love story aspect of Mask of the Phantasm without her, being the Phantasm and having the Phantasm character at all.
That's 100% fair. And yeah, that could be a thing, and that would really fit into the Bruce side of things. So do you add Andrea Beaumont and then Hush attacking Bruce Wayne, and that now you've got largely a Bruce Wayne story.
Yeah.
And Batman will be in it, of course, but it's like, if we're basically like, hey, we basically ignored Bruce Wayne for the entirety of the first movie. I mean, he's maybe 3 minutes of the movie, he's actually Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So it's just like, if that's going to counterbalance, I think Hush, I feel like that's been my predominant theory pretty much for the longest time, because for one, it also fits the world that they built with the first movie.
Yeah.
So,
well, they brought it up where it's like, oh my God, it's Bruce Wayne. Like, holy shit, he came out of his shell. Like he's out here. And the whole thing with the end of the first movie is realizing, because I just rewatched the Batman. The whole thing is realizing that he's not vengeance, that he's hope, that he needs to give the city hope to get it better. That just beating the shit out of people isn't going to be enough.
Yeah.
He needs to inspire people to be better.
Yeah.
And I think that when you go with that, that's where he's going to lean into his Bruce Wayne side, because that actually is what happens in like the animated series and in comics and stuff like that, is that Bruce Wayne isn't just some recluse that just hides away and then goes out and fights crime. he's out there doing charity events. Like you see it in Batman with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
He's doing charity. I'm going to throw you a fundraiser in The Dark Knight.
Christian Bale, yeah.
He does it with Harvey Dent. He's like,
yeah.
I'm going to throw you a fundraiser. Well, that's nice of you. He's like, no, you don't understand. Fundraiser with my friends, and you'll be set for like 3 campaigns or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So, but also like renewal projects and charities and government assistance and stuff like that. He's heavily invested in that kind of stuff and developing like low income housing and stuff like that all across the board. So I could see him definitely leaning into that more with the support of Alfred, because Alfred always thinks that that's the better option. He doesn't want him to be Batman.
Yeah.
Alfred's never like on board. I can't remember a single instance where Alfred is like, yeah, let's be Batman. Way to go, dude. It's always like, sir, are you sure about this? Like, wouldn't it be better if you used your billions of dollars to fix the city? And Batman's always like, dude, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
That's always the conversation with him and Alfred.
Yeah.
And also, Alfred's also very afraid that Bruce is going to die. So I could definitely see Bruce leaning a little bit more that way and being like, well, I need to inspire. But what if I wonder if Reeves is smart enough to do this, where it's Batman 1 is too far to the right, where it's too much Batman, too much vengeance. And in this one, he goes too much to the left, where it's too much Bruce, too much hope, too much inspiring. And at the end of the movie, he has to come back to his center, where he balances and he learns the balance of being the playboy Bruce and Batman vengeance at night, and learns that balance. And then in the third movie, that's where you bring the Joker in, and that's where you have the perfect Batman movie, because Bruce is centered. He does 50% Bruce, 50% Batman, and he's perfect for both.
Yeah,
and he's ready for a bit
I'm
of
hoping
that.
they don't do Joker. As
I
think the character's overplayed. I think it's just, I don't know. I think it's.
I understand, but
yeah.
the problem is that he's already introduced the character.
I mean, we could use him as a secondary thing where he
So-
could be in the universe, but like he should not be the focus of any movie, in my opinion. Period. Like, let's do other things. Let's do Mr. Freeze. Let's let's do what you did for Riddler for Mr. Freeze in the third movie type thing.
Mhm.
So, yeah. I mean, I was gonna say Dave Bautista, but I think you already like him for Hugo Strange.
I think he would be fantastic as Hugo Strange, especially with his new look,
Yeah.
slimming down a little bit, and his acting is phenomenal. So I think he would be really good at that.
Yeah. No, this is
not Bane. He should not.
no,
No.
not at all. I think that's a poor choice for sure. So,
I looked it up. Christopher Dent, Harvey Dent's father, has not yet appeared in any live-action Batman movie, but obviously there are huge reports about 3 different actors have reportedly passed up the role. Not just Daniel Craig, but apparently Brad Pitt and Stellan Skarsgård as well.
okay, yeah, Brad Pitt. There were some rumors of him months and months ago, but
So-
yeah, interesting.
Very, very interesting, right? Like, ooh.
So here's the question, though:
Go on.
could Reeves be bamboozling us
Absolutely, you could.
in the sense of Dent's dad, which doesn't really play into anything?
Mm-hmm.
So what if it's just Hush and this entire Dent thing is entirely a fucking bamboozle, where it's just like when the movie actually starts, it's not Harvey Dent, and Harvey Dent has nothing to do with the fucking movie, and we're just basically led to believe that Sebastian Stan is playing Dent, because again, you already said what Hush's parents, so like it's way more critical there.
Yeah.
So what if this entire thing is a fucking fugazi to trick us all into thinking it's gonna be one movie,
Yeah.
and then flip it on its head and it's Hush, and it turns out fill in the blank dude's name that's Hush is who
Thomas Elliott is his name. Yeah.
is who Sebastian Stan is playing, and
Yeah.
now suddenly Daniel
So-
Craig turned down the role, but like whoever fills that role now is abusive daddy so and so, that maybe a culmination of like the early part of the movie is him killing his dad, type. I don't know.
Sebastian has been cast as Harvey Dent.
Yeah. But is it truly Harvey Dent though? Is what I'm saying. What if he's literally just lying to us? Think about what Marvel's been doing with the lies in the trailers and shit.
Sure.
What if he's just doing the same thing? It's like, we're going to leak it out there that it's Harvey Dent. He's cast as Harvey Dent. But when we actually get into the movie, he is never once called Harvey Dent. In the first 5 or so minutes, they just reveal the fact that, your name is Thomas
Elliot.
Whatever. And then suddenly all the fucking nerds are going to be like up in arms at the internet people. What the fuck? I thought it was Harvey Dent. But then by that point, you're in the movie now, and it's just turns out it's like I think of Iron Man 3.
Right.
I just remember being like, holy fucking shit, what they just did. And they kept us under wraps. This didn't leak, nothing.
Yeah.
Like just wild. And it's like, imagine if it's the same thing within the first 5 minutes of the movie. Oh my God. Harvey Dent has nothing to do with this story. And it's not Harvey Dent and Harvey Dent's dad. It's the Elliots.
The other thing also that you could be looking at here with Two-Face is you could just be looking at a movie with Harvey Dent. Think of Harvey Dent and the Batman and Batman Returns.
No, I know, 100%. So there's been some rumors that like the story is basically that Dent and Gordon and Batman have an uneasy alliance together to basically stop a serial killer as well as the rising mafia. So it's like you got like kind of boiling points at different points. You got some serial killer on the loose, but then you've also got the mob with the Penguin stuff going on, to where it's just like you kind of just like the last movie, shit's kind of in the red zone on the gauges, and that's what you're kind of dealing with. And so Dent could be involved, but I'm just wondering, just because I like conspiracies, and it's like, just what if the conspiracy is we're all being led to believe it's Harvey Dent? And because dude, Sebastian Stan, you telling me he wouldn't be a perfect Hush?
No, he'd be a fantastic Hush. I would just wonder what if instead of making it where he's a different character, just make Harvey Dent Hush.
Yeah, I just don't think they'll do that, because I think that's
Two-Face is too iconic.
That's stepping on too much. You're talking probably at least 70 something years of, because I know Batman's been around for around close to 80 years, but I don't know if Two-Face was around in the first couple.
Just makes me wonder if, like what you're saying, like they're bamboozling us, that Hush is this character, but then when he takes off, because Hush is always wearing like surgical, like the Mummy, he's like wrapped in bandages. What if when he takes off the bandages, he's Two-Face? It's like, oh, it's a character that's never been done on film before. If that's the case, that'll be the second time Batman fans have been kicked in the nuts like that. Because in Batman the Arkham Knight, the game developers were asked, "Hey, who's the Arkham Knight? What is this? Is that a character we know?" And they're like, "No, it's a character that's never been. It's a completely original character. It was fucking Jason Todd."
Yeah.
It was the Red Hood. It was fucking Jason Todd. It was the Red Hood. They just invented the Arkham Knight character to cover that up.
Yeah.
And then lied to fans. And fans still to this day make fun of Rocksteady for that, being like, the fucking original character? Bullshit. That's Jason Todd and Red Hood. You just fucking lied to us.
No, yeah, I just wonder if they're just bamboozling as well. Like, because again, your suspicion of the fact of like, man, Harvey Dent's dad's never been a thing.
Yeah.
But then, like 10 minutes before that, you were telling me how Hush's dad is such a big prominent part, and you're not going to be casting Brad Pitt or Daniel Craig, fucking James Bond for God's sake, and Benoit Blanc, to just play some random fucking character that doesn't really have much of a purpose.
Yeah.
Whereas if it turns out that we're being lied to and it's not Harvey Dent but it's Hush, suddenly now both of those roles make sense. Or one, Sebastian Stan has plenty of looks to match that, but then if it were Brad Pitt or Daniel Craig, like it would make sense of like, oh, he's the abusive dad, the one that maybe he kills at this culminating point. Like, I don't know. It's maybe DC's finally learning from Marvel. I mean, James Gunn's over there now, so maybe James is the one that's like, hey, just say this is Harvey Dent that we're casting here. And then, when we get to the movie, holy shit, But you're right, though. It could ultimately be that Harvey Dent plays a part in it, but he's not. He's just Harvey Dent. And then whatever serial killer is on the horizon or whatever is just someone else that maybe hasn't been cast yet. But
I had it backwards. I just looked it up just to be sure. His mother survives. His dad dies in the car accident. So they could just be flipping that on its head.
Yeah.
But his father is 100% abusive. And his mother is like super submissive and, being dominated by her father, which is why they're looking for a character, an actor like that can roll over Sebastian Stan, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So I don't know, just conspiracy. But yeah, so with Mask of the Phantasm though, then you're thinking nay? No. I mean, I think Andrea Beaumont might be involved.
Yeah,
but
I think the love story aspect of it, but the actual Phantasm, I don't see how it fits if they're doing that. Now, it very well could be that Harvey Dent is Harvey Dent, and this would where this would make sense is that Hush isn't in this at all. Well, it says a serial killer though. That was the thing.
There's one rumor.
There's the mob trying to deal with the mob, but also at the same time trying to catch a serial
That's
killer.
one rumor that's
Okay.
out there. This isn't locked in.
I will throw this out there. There is a very famous Batman story where a serial killer is targeting mobsters.
Yeah.
That's the Long Halloween. So,
which that's been a rumor that we've covered before too.
And that is a heavy Harvey Dent story. That Harvey Dent is dealing with that, trying to, because a lot of people suspect Dent because he's very, very hard on the mob, and a lot of them keep slipping through his fingers as a DA because of, loopholes and red tape and shit like that. So a lot of people are like, it's either Batman or Harvey Dent is just offing mobsters now. Like they just got tired of it, so they're the ones offing mobsters. It's one of the two.
Yeah,
and it's just like every murder and the Long Halloween, all the murders take place on holidays. So 4th of July, Arbor Day, Labor Day, Halloween, all of that happens, and it's not just one mobster. Sometimes it's like there's one where the killer goes in and just wipes out all these mobsters having a negotiation at a Chinese restaurant.
It makes me think of the Daredevil season 3 when you had like that whole group of mob and they just get fucked. And it's Punisher, right? Or was it season 2 then maybe?
Season 2 where Punisher just wipes them all out. There's the one guy who survives that exactly like that.
Yeah. Again.
But then also like the killer is also hitting like high profile ones. Like it kills like I think it's Falcone is in it, and it just fucking offs his son, or his daughter, just like completely just guns them down in the street and everything. So I could see the serial killer going after the mob, and that's the issue. Is that okay? Well, how do you protect the mob, but at the same time be trying to charge them with all the crimes that they're committing? At the same time, they're getting murdered, and you have to throw off the suspicion because everyone thinks it's Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
So that could be playing an aspect of it as well, because Andrea Beaumont fits into that story because her dad has connections to the mob and everything.
Yeah. So he could be pursuing her to get information
right
on it. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No. I don't know. And the other thing too is I want to be suspicious of a little bit is the serial killer element. Because Riddler was a serial killer, essentially, the way that the first movie was played. Like, So it's like, is everyone locking on the idea? Is all the rumors coming out about serial killer strictly because they think Reeves is going to get formulaic and we're going to get a serial killer in every one of these things? Yeah. And I think before all this really started to kick off in the last year or so, I think there's been a big rumors like, oh my God, the next one will be Hush, and then after that it'll be, and it's like, okay, so you think he's literally just going to do the exact same movie with just different people in the center of it? Like,
yeah, because that would literally be almost a copy and paste of Batman.
Yeah,
Batman.
So I'm just wondering if because we've seen that over the years with like even Marvel stuff, where it's like these rumors come out and they're assuming one thing, but they're very reliant on everything that came before, and it's like, okay, this is more of just Reddit people piecing shit together from the previous stuff and getting theories out there based on this previous stuff, but it's all generally so goddamn predictable that it's like they can't actually do that. Like, anyway, so there's some of them like throwing water on where I'm like, that's a theory I've heard, but I'm like, that's fucking dumb. And I'm not saying this is dumb, because I do think the serial killer thing is very interesting, especially because I think Riddler is played in a certain way to where I don't think he was like full on serial killer enough that I think if you wanted to go like hardcore, like, Seven, type crazy serial killer that's like brutally fucking destroying people.
Yeah.
Like that could be interesting. But I just wonder,
especially if you do it like for the Long Halloween, where it's not happening. Okay, one happened on Monday, one happened on Friday, where it's almost spree killerist. That's how the Riddler felt. Is a little bit more spree killer versus like serial killer, because like you're not looking at a cooling off period really.
Riddler was playing a large plan.
Yeah,
right?
he was trying to bring a lot of shit to light and everything like that.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at a serial killer, a proper serial killer, you're looking at a kill on the 1st of August. Then you're looking at a kill on the 15th of September. Then you're looking at a kill on the 20th of October. Then you're looking at a kill on the 3rd of November and the 28th of November. Random. They're not just boom, 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 boom. That could be the difference there, is that we could be looking at coming into the middle of a serial killer at its height. And we
Yeah.
could already have 4 dead victims and another 3 drop during the movie. What if they actually, like, because the Batman takes place only over the course of, like, what, like a week and a half
Yeah.
is all? Maybe that? Not even that almost.
Yeah.
So you could see some time go with this one where there could be months in between things happening.
Yeah.
And Bruce is doing his thing and trying to figure out how to be Bruce again and everything. And during that time, it's him and Andrea.
Yeah.
So you have the filler in between the kills is him and Andrea and dealing with the mob. But then all of a sudden, nope, there's another body, kind of thing.
Yeah. I will say the one thing that I would be suspicious of is if the mob has anything to play in this. Like not to say they won't be involved at all, but like if there's a serial killer, I don't think they're going to be killing mobsters because Penguin has already killed a lot of the fucking mobsters. Like
or other mobsters have killed a lot of the mobsters. Like,
yeah, like
because what's her name in the Penguin show? She killed a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly. So there's been too
There's not many left.
Exactly. Like it's not a target rich environment when it comes to like mobsters. Like so, I don't know. I wonder if we have a serial killer that isn't really mob related.
That would be fine with me.
Yeah, because I just wonder, like, again with the Penguin show and with everything that happened, I'm like, how many mobsters are left? Let alone the first Batman, where it's just like,
yeah,
we've kind of taken out some big mobsters now, and like the family,
even like their connections as well too. Like you lost the DA, you lost the mayor, you lost the police chief. All of those ones were connected to the mob and under their thumb, kind of thing, under Falcone. So I think what I would do if it was me, if I was Reeves, and I wanted to do this, I wanted to do the serial killer. What I would do is the start of the movie. You introduce the character of Harvey Dent. You introduce Gordon and Harvey Dent starting to work together, and Dent pushing to meet Batman. And is he trying to arrest him? Is he going to try and prosecute him? I mean, what's he doing? Like kind of like that. At the same time, you have background detectives working on this grisly murder that happened, and then maybe a second one happens, and the whole time, that first part is Batman, Gordon, and Dent working on finishing the mob, because that's a big thing with Batman, is that once he takes care of the mob, then the Rogues Gallery takes over Gotham. They fill the void. Penguin, Two-Face, Riddler, Joker, all these guys come in and they slice up Gotham in the vacuum, because there is no mob. Those guys wouldn't be able to pull power, because before you had Falcone and the Roman and all these different guys.
Who's the other one? Falcone and who's the other? There's another big name that gets used a lot.
The one that got arrested, that's in prison.
Yeah,
he got offed by Penguin.
Maroni. Yeah, Falcone and Maroni.
Salvatore Maroni and then Falcone are the two big ones. And then the Roman is another one. I can't remember. Is the Roman? Is he?
Because even the movies have hit some of these guys, like Falcone and Maroni are in like some of the movies.
Yeah, the Roman is Carmine Falcone. He's actually called the Roman most often. Okay, so he's already been done. Other mob bosses, Batman. Sal Maroni, Black Mask, which is Roman Sionis, and then Penguin, Falcone, and the one we just said.
Maroni.
Yeah, Maroni.
Yeah.
So those are the big ones.
Yeah.
So if we already got Falcone and Maroni taken care of, we actually might be looking at the end of the mob, which is where we transition into the Penguin gang. And Penguin is the leader of the mob.
Which I think is where we've left off quite well.
The end of the Penguin show. Yeah. Exactly. So absolutely. I'm 100% on board with that. So I think that's what I would do, is I would have Dent, Gordon, and Batman working to, mop up the dregs, they think, but they don't realize Penguin is building an empire.
Yeah.
And so at the same time, then you have them have to pivot, because all of a sudden you have the serial killer who's dropping bodies all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
and then maybe that's Hush.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or you do someone else. You do an entirely character that hasn't been seen before, like we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm just not thinking of them.
Yeah. Let's see.
Serial killers.
I was also curious. What is?
I mean, Calendar Man is a Batman serial killer. Have I ever told you about Calendar Man?
He's in one of the games in a cell or something.
Yeah,
like
in
that.
Arkham City. He actually is a kind of like the Long Halloween. A lot of people are worried about him, but he's locked up in Arkham the entire time. So it's like, holy fuck, it's like the Calendar Man all over again.
Yeah.
He kills people on holidays as well. But he does it also. The one in the Long Halloween just uses a pistol. Just shoots him and just then leaves like a
Very Son of Sam.
Yeah, then just leaves like a pumpkin when it's Halloween, a cornucopia when it's, Thanksgiving, a Christmas present when it's Christmas, that kind of thing. A
Yeah.
heart when it's Valentine's Day. Calendar Man actually killed people in ways that fit the holiday, like way more gruesome. Like I found out some details about some of them. In the Arkham City one, there's an achievement in the game that you go talk to Calendar Man on certain days of the month, like when you're Xbox or PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
And it actually says that day. Otherwise, he'll just be like, "Hi, Batman," or just something like that.
Yeah, I've never seen anything interesting from
But
him.
if you go on certain days, there's a calendar to the right of his cell. And so how I got the achievement is you can take your Xbox offline and set the date manually. So I did that. So like there's New Year's Day. And he's like, New Year's Day. I remember taking him and putting fireworks up his ass and blowing him up. Shit like that. There's one where it's in August. There's not really a holiday for August. He's like, August, the dog days of summer. They sure were hungry when they tore her apart. And it's like, oh my God. Like he
Yeah.
fed a woman to like a live pack of dogs.
Yeah. So what did you just do? Just go through every day? Just spend like a whole weekend just going through every single date to see what he would say?
It took me like an hour to do it. So it wasn't that long.
Oh, it's just one per month or whatever?
It's one per month because he
okay.
does one holiday per month. So basically New Year's Day, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day,
Yeah.
July 4th, August was the dog days, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So Labor
Yeah.
Day. I missed September.
Yeah.
No one important was born in September. So there is quite a few serial killers
Yeah.
in Batman's things. So we have a
Well, it's like we like the person at one point said, I don't even know who it was. I wish I can credit them, but it's like Batman is like kind of like mental health related, and most of his shit's mental health. Focus. Whereas like Spider-Man's very like STEM, science, math, technology, and his shit's always STEM, right? It's always scientists and like that kind of thing. Whereas Batman's got a lot of like, lunatics, all different kinds of like mental, illnesses and stuff. So that kind of makes sense that serial killers would fit in there. Whereas like Spider-Man, probably not as many serial killers. I mean, unless you want to look at like
that would be really interesting if someone took Spider-Man and Batman and flipped them on their heads for a couple.
We talked about. I think that's a thing that goes around online at times because I think
no, not flip their rogues galleries, but flip the type of villain that they're chasing.
Oh,
so do a series run where it is like the scientist kind of thing for Batman, and he has to really use like his big brain, nerd brain that he does have. He's really smart when it comes to a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
and then imagine little innocent Peter Parker in high school having to deal with the butcher of Brooklyn kind of situation. Like, oh damn! Like, I know Marvel doesn't do like a lot of dark comics when it comes to Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but imagine if they did.
Yeah,
imagine that, man.
I mean, Spider-Man, unlike Batman, still belongs to the children, so it'll never happen in that way. So
it'd be really cool though. I'm not gonna lie, I would fucking love the shit out of that to see Spider-Man because he's so innocent, right? That would be part of it, is that he would be losing some of his innocence.
So corrupting the innocence, you are now embracing my ways.
I've been embraced with your ways for 15 years. What are you talking about? Just look at how I'm raising my daughter with horror movies.
You waited far too long, sir.
Exactly. I'm tad light, is what I am.
8 years too late is all I'm saying. 5, it's a good age for horror movies.
Just because it happened with you doesn't mean it's right for everyone.
I worked out perfect.
No, you did not. You are evil and have no heart.
I'm a well-balanced,
I don't think you have
character.
a soul. That's the big thing. I think you sold your soul.
That's an interesting theory.
How'd you come by that thing up there? No comment.
Leland Gaunt sold it to me.
Yeah, which was for your soul. That's about all I had for Mask of the Phantasm. Was the ending stuff. You actually nailed it perfectly. Is the Batman 2 predictions and talk with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting because that was kind of what I had in mind as I was like trying to keep some of the rumors in my mind as I was watching it, just to be like, okay, if I haven't seen this before, or if I have, I'm revisiting it through the perspective of would this potentially be whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what I would land on, is like probably not Mask of the Phantasm, but I do wonder if Andrea Beaumont is maybe the character that we're dealing with here. So,
what if she's the serial killer? Imagine that twist where Batman's in love with this woman. He's considering giving up the life of Batman, and then he finds out that
I think every
the woman
fan
he
will
loves is a fucking serial killer.
I think every fan will see it coming though, just because the Phantasm, like the way it's set up, like.
Yeah.
I think that everyone, their antennae will be up really, really high on her.
If you want to be original, you make her absolutely nothing. She's just a normal person, and that's what I was saying before. Is like you leave the Phantasm stuff aside, and you just have Andrea.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I'm not sure if she's going to be Andrea Beaumont at all.
No,
because the problem is you already had Catwoman related to the mob. You can't replay that. You can't have the major love interest in the primary thing as like her dad is slightly. I mean, it's less connected to the mob than Catwoman was. I just barely remembered that with Zoe Kravitz. I'm like, wait a minute, we've already dealt with that story element.
She was connected by being a bastard child of a mobster.
Yeah,
not really as a mobster herself, though.
No, I know, but
But I mean, that's the big thing, is that we're in early Batman. A lot of stuff is connected to the mob. Penguin comes from the mob. Joker comes from the mob. Dent's whole reason for becoming Two-Face is because he's trying to take on the mob.
Yeah,
like that's kind of the DNA of early Batman villains. Is like there is some kind of.
I'm talking
about
like the it'd feel like a story repeat if like her primary thing is like
revenge.
It's an in to get to like some mafia information. Like I don't know. Or
what if she's just a psychotic person who's not going after the mob? What if she's going after just normal citizens in Gotham?
Oh, I just mean in terms of even if she's not a killer, even if it's just Andrea Beaumont, but the whole thing is like Bruce needs to use her to get like mob information. Like that's where it'd be like it feels kind of too much of a rehash of what you did with Catwoman.
But what if you don't make it to where? That's what I'm saying, is like have none of that. The Phantasm, the mob stuff, have it just be Andrea Beaumont. He just meets her during his stuff as Bruce and starts falling in love with her. And that's where it starts. How can I give this up when there's a serial killer running rampant? Like that's the emotional turmoil that we saw here in Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah.
Is that it's just like, I love this woman. And oh, that's so much better. Don't make her the killer. You make it seem like that, because all the fans would be like, dude, it's gonna be her.
It's gonna be too obvious. Yeah.
Have her get killed by the serial killer.
Have
her just get fucking offed by the serial
talking.
killer, and have Bruce have to watch it.
Now you're talking.
Because he's not Batman. He's Bruce. He's kidnapped at the same time, and he's like tied up, and he has to watch her get tortured and killed.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's dark. I love it. Oh, that's great. Maybe you don't make her Andrea Beaumont.
Yeah, just change.
What
the
if
name.
you make
She's
her
someone else?
What if you make her Andrea Dent? What if it's Harvey's sister? And that's where he gets like his lust for justice and everything. Is like he's an up and coming lawyer, but he's never thought about running for DA. But the murder of his sister Andrea leads him to go that route.
Yeah, which then the dad can make some more sense.
Is why he's there and everything like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
it's quite the spider web we have.
I'm onto something there, man.
It's quite the spider web we've discovered here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, good stuff though. I did enjoy watching this. I know it's one that I've been aware of for a very long time, because even back in like the early 2000s when I would when I was selling movies and stuff, I remember that was kind of a big deal when this one came out, and there was like a lot of people that like was into it and buying it and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just remember the cover. I remember. So yeah, it's one that's definitely been in my periphery for a long time. If I've never actually seen it, it's definitely one I've been aware of for. Not that I would have known anything, but that was before the DC animated stuff blew up. So you didn't have like 12 of them, on the shelves when you go into like a Walmart or anything like that.
Sure.
Back in the day it was just like that, and like you couldn't even get the animated series, but like this was a movie that you could buy on DVD back in 2006 or something like that. So yeah, good stuff. Mark Hamill, MVP.
I love Mark Hamill as Joker, and him and Kevin Conroy as Batman. Those two together just mwah.
Yeah. And scumbag Luke says he'll never turn to the dark side, becomes the Joker.
I will say that is one of the biggest reasons why I love the Arkham games. Is those two together? Just God, it's magic.
Yeah,
It
I
really
love
is.
the tormenting Joker too when he's like a ghost.
Oh, in Arkham Knight, yeah.
So it's tangent,
Okay.
but just saw this on the webs.
For the audio listeners, Tad's got his phone up, which he normally doesn't do. So I'm very curious about what's going on.
It's because I want to read this because I haven't memorized it yet.
Okay,
So
okay.
Star Wars Simple Parallel Saga Watch Guide.
What?
Simple Parallel Saga Watch Guide.
Okay.
So the rise, fall, redemption of Anakin Skywalker. So New Hope, watch until Obi-Wan gives Luke the lightsaber. Then you stop the movie and you watch The Phantom Menace.
Oh.
And then you finish A New Hope after that.
Oh.
And then you watch Empire until Yoda warns Luke about fear. Then you stop. Then you watch Attack of the Clones in its entirety. Then you finish Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Then you watch the entirety of Revenge of the Sith. And then you watch Return of the Jedi.
Oh, damn.
That is a very interesting
damn
perspective on watching them because then
I'm really bummed because I actually started rewatching Star Wars. Did I put that on my watching, reading, playing last?
last time, yes.
Last time. I haven't watched any since then. So
Yeah, I like the machete version is like fairly famous and stuff, but
yeah.
or the machete cut, whatever you want to call it. But that's a new one, and I was like, ooh.
Oh. You have my attention.
Yeah, it's like that's very and like the way
That's a button we need. The Leonardo DiCaprio from Django Unchained. You had my attention. Now you have you piqued my interest, but now you have my attention or something like that. Whatever that line is.
Whatever the line is, yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, that's like because I've watched I think every way you could ever watch the six Lucas movies.
Yeah.
Watch them chronologically, watch them in release order. I've watched the machete order, like but that's
have you ever done the 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, and then watch 3? Is that the?
It's 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6. That's the machete order.
That's the machete order. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, or the machete cut, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. So I hit that last night. I think it was. And I was like, I screenshotted it because I'm like,
someone needs to kick someone at Disney Plus until they give us the option to customize a playlist.
Any streaming service, for God's sake.
I
Why
mean,
doesn't anybody do that?
I want to watch this movie, then this movie, then this movie. Just back to back to
They
back.
still haven't given us a chronological order on Clone Wars either.
That's Shin should be kicked.
Yes, and they should step on Legos in their bare feet.
And then when they get socks on, they need to step in puddles.
Or they jump off of like something a little high, like a
Coffee table.
something a little bit higher, 2-3 feet up,
Yeah.
and suddenly, while they're in air, a Lego spawns in their shoe, so they land.
Ooh, inside the shoe, so you can't even like get off of it. Like every step you take for that. Ooh,
I am
Every
diabolical.
step you are evil.
I am
You are
diabolical.
evil.
All right, so let's jump on over. I got a couple news things, and then
Okay.
if we got time, we can do some popcorn.
Well, real
topics.
fast before we dive into the news thing, the one popcorn topic I had actually pertains to Batman and Superman. So I wanted to talk about that before
Superman,
we moved away.
you have my attention.
It actually is. It's actually more than just that. It's more so. I heard this theory that someone had is that when someone asks you who your favorite live action Batman, live action Superman, live action version of a character is, one of the things that happens is that they're trying to see if your favorite version of the character is the same as their version of the version of the character.
Yeah, because these characters, they're like Madonna. They evolved a lot over their careers.
They have, which it's very interesting. For example, I love Robert Pattinson as a live action Batman because he reminds me of year one and what I think the early Arkham Batman would be. Is I think that he's very much like that. He has a lot of similarities to the Arkham Origins Batman, which is year 2 Batman. And that's exactly what it is in the Batman. So I wanted to get your take on that because I don't know who your favorite Superman is. I
mean,
know you detest Cavill.
Cavill was never given a good script.
So it's not Cavill's fault, is what you're saying.
No, not at all. And it was actually funny because everyone always shits on the Joss Whedon movie, but the Joss Whedon Justice League. But like that was the first time that I realized, like, oh shit, Henry Cavill is not a shitty Superman. He's just never been given any good content. And it was that opening scene where the kids are like, talking to him, they're all geeking out and shit, and they ask him to be on on their podcast and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that moment when he's dealing with those kids, I'm like, oh my god, he's not a bad Superman. And like that was a revelation for me. And it's like I don't know any other thing in that movie that was really that over the top. But that for me was just like the moment where I'm like, oh yeah, that just terrible scripts that they've never let him be Superman. And now suddenly I'm seeing him be Superman even for 30 seconds or whatever it is. So
you're like, that's what it should have been the whole movie.
All the movies,
every movie.
There's a lot of nonsense with those, and it's script issues for the most part. So
yeah,
I mean, it's hard though because like whereas Batman, like it's like because I think I've told you this before. I think the general thing is like nobody owns the Batman role. Like people just rent it, but it's like Christopher Reeve owns Superman.
Okay.
Like, and everyone just borrows it from him, and that's just
so you're not on the corn sweat.
I love him.
Sweat?
I do, yeah. But I also love Brandon Routh as well. So it's like I'm not sure if there's necessarily been a bad, especially movie Superman. I mean, if we want to talk TV, but let's not get into that. But yeah, but I think that's the big difference is when it comes down to is with Batman. You don't with Batman there is so many different actors and just nobody has really just owned the role in a way that's just nobody could ever touch it otherwise, right?
I think it's really hard because Superman to me feels easier than Batman to portray because you have the goofy lovable Clark Kent. There's not another way to play him. That's it. Is goofy lovable Clark Kent. Superman's the aspect that you can mess up. Is that you can have the Henry Cavill, very serious, very, very troubled Superman, which is not Superman. Or you have the Christopher Reeve and Corn Sweat that have like the internal struggles and stuff like that, but still are Superman. Like I don't know how else to describe it, but like the Superman versus Batman where you have, okay, how do you play billionaire playboy and vengeance at night? Like there's a lot of different ways that you can do that. You can do like the dark and brooding vengeance. You can do like the out, kind of flamboyant vengeance stuff. So
yeah,
it's a contrasting character, but I still think that I love Christopher Reeve, but I think the gap between Christopher Reeve and Corn Sweat is very close.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a big wide gap for me.
And the other thing too is like I think when it comes down to is like and it's almost like a good thing from your perspective as a Batman fan is the fact that you've never had that person that just totally owns the role. Like that is almost a good thing because then it's just a matter of like everyone can bring their own thing to it and you're not necessarily living in the shadow of. I mean, of course, there's people that are hardcore fans of Keaton and Christian Bale and stuff like that, but you're not in a spot where like everyone is going to be judged against them so harshly that they almost don't have a chance at the role. And that's where like Superman's at, and it's just I think it's just because ultimately Superman's was owned and captured so well that just like I said, it's like that's owned and everyone just borrows it from him, whereas Batman is just like it's a timeshare. Anyone could pop in at any point, give their take on it and move on. Like they don't own it. It's like James Bond. You rent it for a bit.
Yeah.
You don't own it.
And that's another character that is perfect for this discussion is James Bond, but also Spider-Man was the other one that I had in mind. So that's interesting when you look at a character like James Bond who's been portrayed maybe the most of any fictional character by the most people. It might be James Bond.
I mean, strictly film probably, but when you start looking at things like Jesus or
Romeo and
Juliet or fucking Sherlock Holmes, like you get those iconic characters that have been around longer than pictures have moved. Dracula, Van Helsing. Like when you start getting into that kind of stuff, like but if you're talking just purely a movie property, James Bond's probably up there.
I mean, he's probably up there, but
that's
the interesting thing is like, oh, who's your favorite James Bond? And then it's a discussion, and it comes down to what is your ideal James Bond? Don't look at actor. Just if I was to say, describe James Bond to me, give me like his top 3 characteristics. What do you look for in someone portraying James Bond? And when you describe it, you realize that fits someone.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like interesting and everything like that. And I think that might be the reason why I love Daniel Craig so much. It's because what I look for in James Bond, what I love about James Bond is what Daniel Craig does the best. He's got the smirking wit, the one-liner, stuff like that. But I also feel like he does the action stuff way better than anyone ever has.
Yeah.
And I understand 60s and 70s are a different era for action.
Yeah.
But even like Pierce Brosnan's action doesn't hold up to Daniel Craig's.
Yeah.
And that's where I think that for me, Bond is just a fucking killer, dude. He's a license to kill guy.
Yeah.
He just takes people out. And I feel like Daniel Craig encompasses that better. But
Yeah.
some people would be like, oh, it's the charm of Bond. I think that the charm of Bond, where he's able to, smooth talk his way past the hotel security or get in with the lady that's the henchman, and
Yeah.
everything. And that would be more Sean Connery-esque, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair for sure. And yeah, I don't know so I think on film, I don't think I've ever seen a bad Superman. So
No.
there is that element to kind of put a cap back on your question. It's just a matter of like, yeah, it's Chris's role and everybody else
Yeah.
just borrows it. And honestly, yeah, they're just, again, there's been some people who have had bad scripts. Even Christopher Reeve had some bad scripts, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
it's not even just, but yeah, Cavill is one though that's, I don't know. He'd be cool to see get a redemption at some point. Like Brandon Routh got the stuff on the TV show stuff.
Yeah.
Where they let him do the Kingdom Come Superman, and like that's cool because like I adored him, and like that was my first movie in theaters for Superman for me in my lifetime, and it wasn't perfect by any means, and I think that's why like Corn Sweat's got a big place in my heart because ultimately Corn Sweat's the first time that's like a movie that just blew my fucking socks off for my time, right? It wasn't one I was watching on video, on cable, whatever else. Like, no, I saw it in theater and it wasn't just, it wasn't okay like Superman Returns or whatever, which I enjoy Superman Returns, but, I don't know. There was a perfection to Corn Sweat. So,
Yeah. What about Spider-Man? Which one is your Spider-Man?
I think it's kind of like Bond. I think they all have their different aspects for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that Tom Holland is the best overall in terms of capturing the comic book character.
Yeah.
Like, he's the only one that's ever actually truly felt like a high school kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. And he's got the wit, which Maguire didn't really have, but then Garfield had incredibly. But it's like, yeah, I think they all have their pros and cons for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I really thought you were a Maguire fan.
And I do like Maguire quite a bit, but it's just like, I don't know. Just when you come to like what is Spider-Man supposed to be,
Yeah.
like I think Tom Holland perfectly encompasses that in the sense of like,
Mm-hmm.
I think Maguire, they pretty much graduated high school in the first bit of the first movie, right? Like
Yeah.
he's not a high school kid. Or well, no, he's
No.
in high school for a bit because there's like the cafeteria and whatever else. So maybe they graduate at the end of the movie. So it's like the first movie he's in high school,
Yeah.
but it's like, I don't know. It just never felt whatever. Andrew Garfield, like there's always an eye roll where it's like, how is this guy going to ever be seen as like a nerd?
Yeah.
Like he's just an objectively attractive human being
Mm-hmm.
to where it's just like, there's no way this is a nerd. It's like when they put like the hottest chick and they put fucking glasses on her and put her hair up and it's like, oh, now she's a nerd and she's, whatever. And then she takes her glasses off and pulls the hair down and it's like, but no.
Oh my God, she's
but-
gonna win prom queen.
Yeah, but it's like, no, objectively, like that is a beautiful human being. Like,
Yeah.
glasses and hair up isn't going to change that. And so Andrew Garfield like could never just buy as like the nerd that would get picked on. And like, I don't know. So it's like
Yeah.
it's almost like Batman, right? Like there's like just aspects where some guys do Bruce Wayne really good, some guys do Batman really good, and one there's like you could like piecemeal pieces of it all
Yep.
over the place. I
Yeah.
think Spider-Man's that way, but I think Tom Holland is the best overall encompassing of what I've envisioned
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Like he can be nerdy, he looks like a high school kid, he's got the awkwardness up the fucking ass, because that's the other thing. I don't feel like the other two did the awkwardness nearly what Peter's
No.
supposed to be. So
No, Andrew Garfield was way too smooth to be, nerdy.
yeah, he should have
Peter
been
Parker.
Flash.
Yeah.
He should have been Flash Thompson.
Yeah.
Like that's who Andrew Garfield, just objectively. He looks like he should be the star quarterback of the school.
Yeah.
He's the one that's picking on Spider-Man. He's not Spider-Man. So, but again, I love him as Spider-Man because again, he had the wit, he had the, he would have
Charisma
the lines and stuff.
yeah.
Oh no, knives, my one weakness or whatever.
Oh no, small knives, my one weakness.
Yeah, so I adore them all for their own various reasons for sure, but I do think that Tom is like the total package.
Yeah.
If that's the right, kind of like I say that same thing about Michael Keaton. It's like, I have said that for years that Batman, there's like, Val Kilmer's a good Batman, but not a good Bruce Wayne. Clooney's a good Bruce Wayne, but not a good Batman. Christian Bale is like probably a much better Bruce Wayne. His Batman leaves some to be desired, in my opinion. That might get some knives out for me, but like, I don't think his Batman's perfect. It's like, but I think Keaton's the one that was able to put the whole package together, in my opinion. I think he did a great job of all of them.
Mhm.
So
I think Pattinson is there.
and I guess Pattinson's there too. Sorry,
Patton-
I've been saying
yeah.
that same thing for 20 years now. So,
Pattinson, I think, is right there with Keaton because the thing is that a lot of people are like, "Well, he wasn't a good Bruce Wayne." I'm like,
we haven't
for
seen
where
it yet.
he was in his career, he's a perfect Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, and we haven't
Year
seen
2 Batman, that's exactly what Bruce Wayne should be. Year 2.
Yeah,
If you know Batman, then you understand that.
and what is it? What was the grade in school? I for incomplete. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's where I'd put Pattinson for me right now because
Gotcha.
I haven't got enough of the Bruce Wayne to know like how is his Bruce Wayne going to be? Maybe we'll get that in the next movie. Maybe we won't tell the
Yeah,
third movie.
we're
I
gonna
don't
get
know.
the Playboy billionaire
Yeah,
that we need to have for Bruce to be able to fool everyone.
yeah,
Because right now
Yeah.
he's just a recluse. It'd be very easy for someone to be like, "Oh, who has all the money that can make up all these cool gadgets and has a reason to hate criminals?"
yeah.
Oh.
Well, so long as they don't have Morgan Freeman to tip the cards.
So you think your boss, who beats up criminals, is Batman, and your idea is to blackmail him?
Yeah, it's like no, he didn't say that.
Good
He
luck
just
with
he
that.
just said that this company is facilitating Batman. That's all. The only thing he
Yeah.
said in that scene
Yep.
was you didn't say your own technology there. Like all that means is like the original Iron Man. It was like the cover story was it was his bodyguard. It was
Yeah.
Tony Stark's bodyguard, whatever. It could be a bodyguard. It could be some Secret Service crazy motherfucker that Wayne Enterprise has on the books. Like
Yeah.
you gave it away, Fox. You just told him
And that's why he runs to the media.
It's like, come on, man. And I'm not even sure if people like lock onto that nearly enough, but it's just like because I feel like a lot of audiences just jump to
why
the
do
same
you think? Why do you
conclusions.
think he gets scared? Is because he's like, "You guys are funding Batman. I want $10 million every year for the rest of my life." He's like, "So you think Bruce Wayne is Batman?" He's like, "Oh fuck, I'm in danger." Like kind of
Yeah.
thing. So
And maybe that's the point then, but I that's always bothered me. But here's a question for you then.
okay,
We've not. I mean, maybe we have, but old man Batman. Who would you cast?
Old Man Batman, Michael Keaton. We've had that.
I
The
mean,
Flash.
like in terms of like what is it like the Frank Miller?
The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, would.
Um,
Because we haven't, I mean, I guess we have in the Flash movie, I was about to say, because we largely
Yeah.
haven't had Old Man Batman. I guess you could argue Ben Affleck was closer to Old Man Batman too, but like,
that's not Old Man Batman.
Like-
That's Veteran Batman.
like Batman Begins, or I'm sorry, or Batman Beyond. They're going to do Batman Beyond. You got Old
Yeah.
Man Batman that's the fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi
Yeah.
to some younger person. Who would you want in that role? Who's going to encompass that, I've been Batman for 30-something years and now I'm handing off the cape to someone else.
Couple guys come to mind, but they're not old enough. Like Alan Richmond, Richardson.
Yeah, he's not. He's younger than.
He's way too young, right?
Yeah,
But I could picture him.
the Reacher is who you're
Reacher,
talking
yeah,
about.
that's who I'm talking about. Richson? I can't remember how his last name is.
I don't know. It's Reacher.
But him, but older is basically what I'm looking for. Liev Schreiber comes to mind.
No, Liev Schreiber's. I love him so much. Cotton
Liev-
Weary.
Liev Schreiber, I mean, he bulked up and played Sabretooth, right? I mean,
Yeah,
a large part of it was the coat. Let's
Yeah.
be perfectly honest.
but
But-
I was talking to somebody at work about this. John Hamm.
John Hamm was in talks of being Batman for Nolan, wasn't he?
No.
Or was it after that?
I think it was for the Batman. Maybe it was before they fully locked on to being the young side. But he was rumored at one point. Let's see. How old is John Hamm? Because like maybe he's not old enough to be Old Man Batman. But I feel like he is.
Yeah, it was with It's when Ben Affleck started to step away. It's when the rumors for John Hamm started.
He's 55, so I mean, he's maybe not old enough yet.
But if you, that's old enough. That's old enough for retired Batman, who's been doing it since.
Plus, you can age him up if you needed to.
Yeah, you could.
You know, you could add 10 years onto him.
Dye
and-
that hair white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some wrinkle makeup because, like, of course, he's got the jawline. John Hamm, if
Yes.
nothing else, and I love John Hamm. He's one of my favorite actors. And I don't think he's. I mean, he on TV he's had his roles, but in film, I don't think he's yet to really been be used to his full potential. So,
Top male actors in their 60s.
I mean, even in the Flash movie, wasn't it George Clooney? I mean, what have you brought George Clooney back? No, that's what.
Bryan Cranston.
Mm.
Not exactly a big imposing figure, but
yeah, I don't know that
Dean
one's
Norris,
Hank,
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tom Cruise.
Our
Let's just go full circle. Tim Robbins.
our first 5'0" Batman,
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. Tim Robbins isn't a bad pick.
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah. That could be a thing. That could be a thing.
Dude, that's who I would want. Sean Bean.
Batman can't die.
He would. Well, he could.
It's Sean Bean, for God's sake. He's gonna fucking die.
He's gonna fucking die.
Okay, he could be Papa Kent or Papa
Thomas Wayne.
Wayne, yeah. Because
that's one.
and Joe Pesci's Martha.
Yeah.
The two that die in every fucking movie they've ever been
That's one that could never happen because he still looks like he's 12. Is Ralph Macchio?
Oh my God,
He's in his 60s.
have you seen that video where it's just like them asking him like, how old are you? And he looks like 12, and it's like, I'm 18. Then it flashes forward, it looks
I'm
like
30.
he looks 18 something. He's like he's 30. Then he looks 30 and he's 60.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
What? He's a vampire.
He is.
What about Keanu Reeves?
He was on the list too. Very slight build, so you'd be looking at a skinnier Batman. The Dark Knight Returns. I mean, if you're looking at so there's two different Batmans there that you talked about. Dark Knight Returns and Batman Beyond are two distinctly different types of Batman. The Dark Knight Returns still has to be physically imposing to be able to come back out of retirement.
Yeah.
I don't know if Reeves has that build.
Yeah. And
But if you're talking the Batman Beyond, 100% he does.
yeah.
Because he's a frail old man kind of thing. Like he fucking is on a cane, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So I could see that. But Dark Knight Returns Batman is like, I'm trying to kill myself because I lost the edge. I lost being Batman. So he's out there driving like fucking Formula One race cars and wrecking them,
Yeah.
trying to kill himself kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I don't think that really fits like Reeves's kind of thing. That's why I was kind of thinking like Sean Bean is a little bit, like look at like Boromir, kind of like a little bit bigger kind of thing.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I missed one. He's not old enough yet, but he could do the look. Dude, fucking Batista. Dude,
Yeah.
Batista being like fucking old man Batman who's just like pissed off that he's retired and trying to kill himself. Absolutely he could play that Batman.
Yeah.
Maybe not so
Ooh,
much the
you know,
Batman
I
Beyond
just thought of
one.
one.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell would be a good one. He definitely pulls off the old grizzled look, too.
And he has the right facial structure.
I'm thinking of like Bone Tomahawk, Kurt Russell, like the white hair, white beard, and everything
he's
like
he's
that.
got the Batman facial structure.
Yes, he does.
He'd fit that really
that
well.
strong jaw.
Yeah, I don't. You mentioning him made me think Marvel, and that spun me over to Ego, and I was like, oh my God, Kurt
yeah.
Russell. So
Yeah.
yeah,
He has like the white hair and beard kind of look in Guardians. I forgot about that.
yeah. Oh, good stuff.
Mickey Rourke wouldn't be bad.
And of course, we've talked about Thanos. Not necessarily his old,
Brolin.
not
Oh
old,
my God, that jawline.
and the voice.
Yeah.
Him for the Batman voice.
He says to Joker, "When you couldn't accept your failures, where did it lead you? Back to me."
Did I bring up that fan theory to you, or was it somebody else at work about the whole Doctor Strange taunting Thanos?
It's not me.
Okay.
What's going on?
So in Infinity War
Yeah.
and Titan, he's sitting there just tossing like a stone or whatever, and he's like, "What is this, your home or whatever?" Flash forward to Endgame. When they roll up on Thanos, what is Thanos doing? sitting there tossing his stone up.
Mhm.
So is Doctor Strange taunting him in the sense of, I know how this fucking ends, so
Mhm.
I am going to do what you're going to be doing when the big three roll up on you.
Oh,
Because he
saw the future.
He's seen every outcome.
Yeah.
So it's like, is he literally just basically like, hey motherfucker, this is going to be you right before you fucking bite the dust.
Yeah.
So I love that kind of shit because it's like there's no like gonna ever be proof, but it's
No.
like it's cool. So I
Okay.
love that
Okay.
shit.
I
Yeah,
like
somebody else
that.
at work that I was talking to about it, but yeah. All right. So let's. I mean, yeah. There's actually this one that is slightly related, but Lanterns trailer
Looks good
in the DC realm. This has been a very heavy DC episode, but
Yeah.
yeah. There's been some complaints, but I don't care. Like I'm there for it.
Man, DC fans just aren't satisfied.
I
with
mean,
everything.
some people are complaining about the language because it's like, okay, it's one thing for Peacemaker, but like, do we really? There's like at least 3 F-bombs in the in the 2-minute trailer, so it's
Yeah.
like, okay, so are we just like abandoning kids for DC here? Like, you know,
Fair.
this is Green Lantern, this isn't Peacemaker. You're not talking about a D-list, you know, background character in the DC
I mean,
comics. You're talking about one of the most
You
iconic.
kind of are. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we're not talking about Green Arrow.
Hey,
He's trash. Sir.
he's not bad.
The only reason he's not
You
the
don't like him just because he beats Superman a couple times.
the only reason he's not the dumbest fucking Avenger, the dumbest Justice League person, because Aquaman's on the
Aquaman
team.
exists.
Yeah, he's like the dedicated, I'm the worst fucking person on this team. So the rest of them are like, oh God, thank God he's here.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
the NFL version of the Cowboys. All the dysfunction always is taken away from other teams because of them.
they and the Redskins there for a bit were fighting pretty hard over who's going to have
and then the Browns. Yeah, like
yeah. Sorry to any fans of those teams, but yeah. So the Lantern trailer, though, I mean, I will say some people complained. I think there's some people I saw complaining the fact that I don't think there's a stitch of green in the entire trailer. Like there's like the most ungreen trailer you've ever seen, and it's like, what's the color here? Like, but I think they're doing that on purpose. I think they're actually trying to like disguise the green so that when the show actually hits and like, you know, the green is there, it's going to be like powerful and it's whatever. I'm not saying there's no green at all, because like obviously you see the ring and stuff like that.
right.
Also, I think that old what's his name's dead a good chunk into the like the show. I think Jon Stewart's gonna be
Hal Jordan.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, 100%. So that's my prediction. But I'm there for. I'm excited for it. Like the DCU, I'm fucking on board for 100%. Hook, line, and sinker. I'm there for it. So I'm pretty stoked by the trailer.
Fucking Kyle Chandler, that son of a bitch.
What?
He's one of those guys that I confuse with other people all the fucking time.
Oh, and then Aaron Pierre or whatever that plays Jon Stewart just got confirmed for Man of Tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
In the last couple days.
Nice.
So I didn't take that down for a slide. But yeah, so
no Guy Gardner in the trailer, right?
no, he's there. He'll be there though. You cannot.
He's on the cast list. That's why
You
popped up.
cannot not bring in the best Green Lantern of all time.
He's a piece of shit.
He's great. I love the cut of his jib. Let's see, what do we got next? Okay. Next up, Flanagan's Exorcist has grown quite heavily as it starts. The filming has begun now. So we got Scarlett Johansson. We already had
Man, she's in everything right now, isn't she?
Chiwetel Ejiofor. Well, we talked about him, I think, last couple episodes that he got added to the list.
He's in is that the one that's in
Life of Chuck and Guardians. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was in Life of Chuck, wasn't he?
Was he?
Yeah. He's the one that gives the whole speech about the calendar and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he's now Flanagan family, because that's number 2 for him. So he's Flanagan family now. Also, John Leguizamo got added.
Hey.
So that's pretty cool. Lawrence Fishburne also got added.
Morpheus.
So, Morpheus is entering The Exorcist. And those actually happened all previously.
Okay.
But in the last, week or so, Hamash Linklater finally getting his second Flanagan appearance. The priest in Midnight Mass.
Is he really?
The only guy that is not, because everyone always talks about him, and he was the one that got in the interview. I think I sent it to you on like Instagram. We're like, oh yeah, isn't it great to be part of like the Flanagan whatever? He's like, I'd love to tell you, but I've never been asked back. So
Yeah.
so
Apparently, I didn't do a good enough job.
yeah, and it's like for him of all people to say that, it's like
He was so
one
good
of
in
the
Midnight
best
Mass.
performances in all of Flanagan is him in that. So Carla Gugino, so Flanagan family, mom from Hill House.
Oh, okay.
So she obviously, she's also the main character in Gerald's Game, right?
Okay.
Carla Gugino. let's see. Diana Lane also was previously added. What she played in, she's an iconic actor, but wasn't she in DC? Yeah, she was Martha Kent. So she's been.
Why did you say that name?
So she's been added in to The Exorcist as well. But then Sasha Calle, which played Supergirl in the last iteration in the Flash movie.
Oh, okay.
So she's in it. Let's see who else. Samantha Sloan.
Good Lord. Who's that?
You know who Samantha Sloan is.
I do. I just wanted to push the button.
Kate Siegel.
I know who that is.
Yeah. Rahul Kali.
Yeah, Raul. He is quickly becoming like a favorite of mine. I love him.
Carl Lumbly.
I know that one.
Lumbly. Dick Halloran /
okay.
You know, he's
from Welcome to Derry.
He's in it, and he was also the one in Fall of the House of Usher. That he was the detective.
Oh my
So-
God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I really need to rewatch Flanagan stuff and finish watching some stuff. We talked about this on our other show, Midnight Club. Neither one of us is watching. I still haven't ever watched Bly Manor.
Oh yeah.
I still haven't watched that one.
Yeah. And then there's a few others, but the only other one that I want to call out, Robert Longstreet. He's the one. He's been in every Flanagan thing. Believe he was the dad of the housekeepers,
The
or
one with the dog in Midnight
and
Mass.
the dog in Midnight Mass.
Yeah.
So he's in all of Flanagan. So basically, the Flanagan family is now piling in as they're just
There
getting
they
ready
are.
to film. So that's a pretty stout cast, though. I mean, even outside the family. I mean, Scarlett Johansson, Diana Lane, Sasha Calle, Chital Eptifor, which he's part of the family. John Leguizamo, Lawrence Fishburne. That's a
Is this
stout.
Leguizamo's first time
I
in a Flanagan?
think so. I love him, despite the fact he was in that god awful Mario movie, and Spawn back in the day. Let's see, Zootopia 2, Waco. Forgot about that. Batman.
Yeah, he's the undercover agent.
Batman: The Audio Adventures plays the Riddler.
Looks like it's his first.
Yeah, it's probably his first Flanagan for sure. So, so we I'm pretty excited.
That's a pretty stacked cast there. Holy
That's
shit.
an incredible cast. The one thing I'm not really
Who the hell are they all going to play?
I know, and the only thing I'm not
Scarlett Johansson's playing
Oh,
a
I'm sorry.
random ass nurse.
Jacoby Loop. I was about to say I don't know about a kid though, but Jacoby Jupe. And he played wait, maybe he hasn't been in anything. Oh, he has a brother, I think. Jupe is I'm really familiar with. I want to say his brother was in A Quiet Place and stuff. So I'm guessing this is his brother, but he's probably 10. So I'm guessing he's probably the possessed one here. So that's fun. Next up, the rumors are Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer is going to be coming out in the next week.
I've
So
heard this a few times.
Well, we're only a number of months away from that movie, sir. It's coming out in
they're
July.
just not
so
going to put out a fucking trailer for it, probably.
they don't need a trailer, but
No.
it would make
Still
sense.
going to make $1 billion.
Yeah, it would make sense. Speaking of $1 billion, Scream has now entered the $1 billion club
Hey, as a franchise?
with Scream 7.
Hey.
Scream 7 is Scream that pushed it over the top. And then next up, I believe this is my last bit of news here. Steven Spielberg is doing a Western,
Okay.
which he has never done a Western before. So he's at South by Southwest talking about the kinds of films he still wants to make. And he says, I want to make a Western. He says, I want to shoot in Texas. Quote, I can't reveal anything right now, but I have something in development. He teased, and it kicks ass. And he says, I'm developing a Western and it's going to have horses. There will be guns, but there's going to be no tropes. I can tell you that. There's going to be no stereotypes and no tropes. So it sounds like he is going to break from everything Western from that perspective. And then also somebody dug up an old quote from him from a couple years back. He said, this is around the time he did the, what was the musical? Wolf of Wall Street. West Side Story. It's like Wolf of Wall Street stuck in my head. I know it's a W. Yeah, West Side Story.
West Side Story.
He said previously, I was asked that question over the last 40 years of my career, if not longer. And I always said musical was the one thing I haven't done. The thing I've neglected to say, which I've never done, and one genre I haven't really tackled yet, is the Western. So who knows? Maybe I'll put my spurs on someday. Who knows? And this is, again, a couple years back that he said that.
Yeah.
Also, it's hilarious because it was like 5 or 6 years ago that he said that Westerns are dead and you'd probably never see a Western in Hollywood again. So
He took that personally.
something. I'm excited, though, because, I mean, Spielberg is great. So I'll sign up for whatever there. So Spielberg Western, too, like that. That sounds intriguing.
Okay, let's see. Spielberg's doing a Alien movie, so sci-fi.
And that one, because that was the one. Remember, a year or so ago, there was like the rumors that Spielberg was like potentially like rumored that he wanted to do something horror-ish.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wonder if this UFO one is kind of that, because the timeline lines up where it was like they were talking about that, then suddenly it was like, also Spielberg's, then there was like secondary rumors where Spielberg's going to return to like UFOs and like back to like Close Encounters and stuff and E.T. And it's like, I think those might be the same one. So I'm really going to be suspicious going into this movie of, is this like going to be very horror?
Oh shit, I forgot a movie on my watching, reading, playing. We watched E.T. with my daughter.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Did she laugh when he
She
died?
did not like it.
No? Was she
No.
scared of him?
No. She thought
Dude,
he was...
there's a lot of freaking kids these days that are scared of E.T.
My daughter's 13, so I don't think that she's going to get scared of things like that. She thought it was kind of ridiculous, like the whole premise of it and everything.
Also, we have someone in the chat. Hi, Spiky Blocks. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know when that chat came in, but
Just a few minutes ago.
oh, okay.
So, yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it. She fell asleep.
Oh, okay. Great score though.
I mean, it's
Great
John
score.
Williams. Of course,
Yeah.
it's a great score.
Yeah, but it's one of John Williams.
Name a John Williams
It's-
score that's bad.
It's one of his best in a sense of like the fact that it like builds, like you kind of have like that da-na-na-na-na, but you don't actually like get that full payoff until the bike actually flies.
Yes.
So it's like you get these illusions to like, and teases, they like blue ball you with the like the ET theme, and it isn't until that climactic moment that he truly lets that fucking
lets it go.
the whole thing just sail. And so it's just, I'm getting chills because it's incredible. It's actually, he's said it's one of his all-time favorites of his own
That
works
makes
as
sense.
well. So and yeah, good stuff. So also I put it on my slide there, John Williams score. I hope so. Please God, make it fast enough that John can score it, because he is getting up there in age. He was just, they have the annual John Williams at the Hollywood Bowl, and they had him out there, and he came out in a wheelchair and stuff, and he's looking quite old and frail. I mean, he's in his mid 90s now, so I mean, there's also been pictures recently of Clint Eastwood. And I'm like, God,
when it happens, I think we're gonna take an episode off in remembrance and just.
I'll wear a black armband for a month or a year. Yeah. So that's all I've got for the news, and that pretty much puts us at time. So or actually, you know what? I forgot to do the next time on to prep it. But next time, I actually don't know where the fuck the slide is either. I've lost it.
I mean, we already talked about it too. So
yeah. So next time on Geekery Abides, we're doing season 2 of Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
So,
my first time watching it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is where I got bogged down, is like the first or second episode. I was just like, meh.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty excited because I'm digging it. It's been really hard for me to watch that first season and not just keep going.
Yep.
Because I've always just like, except for when it was airing, I've always just
watched
the whole thing. So I'm really excited. I'll probably be watching an episode or so, maybe even tonight. So yeah, I'm excited. Can't wait for that next time, which is a fortnight from now. So join us then for Better Call Saul season 2.
Yep.
And then again, there is some variability with what's on the schedule now, just based on when Daredevil Born Again. If it turns out to be week to week, we'll find out when the episode after the last week is, and that'll be a full dedicated episode. I mean, I'm not going to speak for you if it's your episode, but we'll probably just...
It will be a full dedicated episode.
Okay.
What the hell are you thinking?
I don't want to speak for you. It's your episode. If it turns out to be your episode.
It's my episode too, but we're still talking Supergirl when it comes out.
That's fair, but I left it up to you.
I didn't put that on the schedule.
You did.
No.
Yeah. I questioned you. I said, do we want to trade that? You said, no, I'm putting it on because we're all going to
right
see
there
it.
where it comes out. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are certain movies that and shows that just like, we have to talk about this.
I feel like that show has been really deeply ingrained in this podcast too.
Daredevil?
Because we covered the whole development of that show. The entire, like, it started getting in development right when we started this show. So it's like we just like anticipated. Like, I feel like that's just like deeply ingrained in our
DNA.
Show's DNA. I mean, I know we both love it, like the overall both shows, like the original and
the Netflix show is so good.
Yeah, it really is. And I was telling somebody that
Born Again is still so good too.
Yeah, I was telling somebody, I'm like, I really wish I would have thought about this like around Thanksgiving, because I should have just started a rewatch of the entire thing, because I want to watch the whole thing again, because the Netflix show is so fucking good. So
what you do is you watch Born Again season 2 and then just turn around, and that's when you start your rewatch, because then by the time you get back around, you can rewatch Born Again season 2 again.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, I will sign off as I always do by saying, love what you love, let your geek flag fly high, and to hell with anyone that says anything to you about guilty pleasures.
That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I'm not forgetting my button. I'm not forgetting my button.
One of these days.
No, that button's forever.
I thought you were going to play the Batman.
No, I gotta have you Obi-Wan Kenobi in there, you know? Also, it's not the right Batman.
I
Oh, this is the right Batman.
Yeah.
I am the knight. I am Batman.
And he wishes he was Superman. All right.
No.
See you guys.